Okay, last time on Outer Wilds, we did a lot, actually. Yeah, time for our mallow while we recap. We made it to the vessel, and I panicked. You all saw me panicking. I was thinking about it this morning, like, I just didn't know what to do, and the jetpack got me so tilted and like, oh, I just want to step on the ground and solve the puzzle. And, you know, the time crunch of every loop starts to get to you, because you know you don't have infinite time inside that vessel if you don't progress or whatever. Like, you just don't have infinite time. And, I was freaking out. But we have a lot of options. I think one of the first things I want to do today is test if we can bring objects back into the ship with us, to be honest. Because I know that we can carry stuff around, but I don't think we've ever tried to carry anything back with us on the ship. Here's what the rumor mode looks like. We have a big question mark, which is the Sun Station. That's our question mark. And then we have one little minor thing in Hanging City that we're probably going to save until after Endgame. Ta, how's it going? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Here's our vessel. And I don't know, the warp core is long dead. So we went in the vessel. There's an empty warp core in the middle. I took it out. I put it back in. There's not a whole lot going on. There are switches on the ground that move from this left-hand side thing, well, left from where I was looking at it, but in front of the warp core if you're coming in the room. That's like this circle on the ground with kind of a white puzzle of different designs. There's a switch that goes from that to the center and then over to the right, and on the right is this thing where we can enter the coordinates in that we have found for... that I wrote down here, that we found for the Eye of the Universe. But there's no power because the core is broken, and the vessel is, oh, I forget, they tell you which clan it is. I activated a 3-sided pillar. The Nomai tried to call for help, but the vessel's outgoing message broke during the crash. The vessel can still hear incoming messages. I found a recording of the original signal the Nomai encountered from the Eye of the Universe. The Nomai were worried the signal might disappear, so they warped before they could tell another clan where they were going. It's very fascinating. Also, last time, we got a kazoo ending. I think we're gonna get another ending today because I feel like I have to take the warp core from Ash Twin and somehow get it to the vessel. I have no idea how that's gonna happen. I don't think it's possible, but at some point we're gonna die after having taken the warp core out and shutting down the Ash Twin project, right? And if we die after we shut down the Ash Twin project, that's a game over because nothing is sending our memories back. Kazoo, I know. Oh, speaking of kazoo, I have the I did find the original soundtrack on Spotify, but I didn't listen to the whole thing because I started scrolling down and I think there was one called Sun Station. I was like, probably shouldn't listen to some of these if I haven't heard them yet. And so I don't know if the kazoo song is on there. I'm glad I didn't get that spoiled. Was your nap alarm for a while? Oh my gosh, that's a good nap alarm, Wolf. Okay, Nomai Grave we found a couple streams ago. Also, very interesting. There's several of these seeds, right? And the seed next to Feldspar. Feldspar told us that the fish, because he's inside of they're inside of a fish skeleton. And Feldspar told us that the fish ate the seed and it started growing inside of it. And there's the seed inside of the fish skeleton. There's a seed on Timberhearth, which is sad because I think those seeds just grow out and out and out and out. And it's like as they grow, everything that's inside the bramble in space is also inside those seeds. And it's just, like I said last stream, it's like a mirror reflecting on itself over and over and over again. And what else? There's also there's several of them that you can't get into. They're so small you can't get into them, but you can get into the planet, because the planet one is massive now. So I don't know what that's all about. But Feldspar is okay. Feldspar's ship is not okay. And I think we're gonna go to... maybe just Brittle Hollow, because I think the closest... or Ember Twin. The closest one of those projection stones, as far as objects that we can pick up, the closest one of those is near... I think it's near the Quantum Moon locator on Ember Twin. That's the closest one I can think of. Bonin, welcome in. How's it going? Magus, welcome in. I like that. Buckle up. Yeah. Ammo, how's it going? 3, 2, 1. Blast off. So we're going to start there. We're going to continue to puzzle about Sun Station. I feel like I had a dream about Sun Station too. And I dreamt that I jetpacked somewhere and I found a tunnel, but I don't I don't think that's gonna help us. I do kind of want to go back to Ash Twin. Oh, we're chasing here. That's fine. Ash Twin and look at that room with all the cactus plants in it again, because I feel like maybe we can jump over something or bop something. I don't think I really tried to do much in that room because I was just afraid of getting poked by the cactus plants. Yeah, the chokers for good luck for the Sun Station today. Ooh, there's actually there's a projection stone on Ash Twin too, but I think it's buried. So we're gonna go here. I dreamt that my cat woke me up, and during the dream my cat woke me up. Oh no, that's the worst. When you dream that you wake up. Okay. Let me see if I can find... Is it down here, I think? Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Can I land on this, or is this too small of a spot? I think we can land here. Nope. Oh, yep, we're good. Suit is on. Oh, we still have to get a no suit death. We haven't done that yet. Okay, this is where it's not a stone, it's a scroll. We can light this fire. I think we're good for now. We're just gonna take this and see what we can do. So you can take stuff with you into the ship, and you know, I've noted every time that we have this gravity crystal, but I've only ever thought like, oh, it keeps us upright. It keeps us, you know, gives us a sense of gravity in here. But I thought maybe it would help hold objects down, but it looks like I can't set this down. So that confirms my experiment. Can I buckle up? Oh, interesting. I can just buckle up, though. Alright, so then... So now what do we want to do? Do we want to go to Ash? I guess. 3, 2, 1, go. I dreamt about Outer Wilds, too. Oh, no! Sometimes not a pleasant dream. Look at Jen bragging about she remembers her spacesuit. Hey, we formed the habit early, okay? I always put it on before I read the log and before I buckle up. I'm proud of it. Okay, so now we're here. What am I looking for here? I guess maybe going back to the core, or just the stupid Sun Station Tower. Let's look at the Sun Station Tower. Oh wait, I can't park by it though. Let's park over here. Okay, and we're still holding it when we land. That's very interesting. We've never experimented with moving stuff around like this before, but that's pretty cool. Where's the towers? This is the power thing. Okay, here's our tower. I feel like it usually takes 1 to 3 whoops moments before people develop good habits. We just knew. We just knew we didn't want to have an oopsies. Okay, so this, yeah, see, I feel like I knew that there wasn't room in here, but we didn't try anything. And we tried launching this a bunch of places, and it can get through. I wish that this could bop cactus plants out of the way, you know? Like, I wish we could dislodge them. This looks like a fun obstacle course in here, right? We're gonna get poked. Ooh, maybe not. Look at this obstacle course. Vitals low. Nope, we're dead. We can't get through there, kind of, though. There's room for us. I think we were close to the thing. I don't think I can patch and navigate through there at the same time. So we learned that we can pick up objects and take them with us on our ship. And we learned that there's a way that we can fit through. I didn't even think we could fit through the cactus. I thought we were gonna get poked and then immediately... What's the word in video games where you get hit by an enemy and you bounce backwards? Closer than I expected. Toast, welcome in. Shaggy, how's it going? Yeah, we panicked. That's okay. Poor Harthian getting poked to death. I know. Knockback, yeah. Knockback. They really... Oh my gosh. Let's have a mallow. I did not think that would work. They really do a good job in this game of making you afraid of stuff and like, nope, I can't go there. They know what they're doing. They know how to prey on your fears. Always have mallow, yeah. Always have mallow before our flight. Because they do it with the fish, right? We didn't go to Bramble for a long time because we knew the fish were there. And we being me, Jen the human said, nope, nuh-uh, not doing it. 3, 2, 1, blast off. And there's such important stuff in Bramble, but I just kept saying, you know, we'll do it later, let's do some other stuff first. And we finally went to Bramble. They get you with the sand filling up the caverns. There's a bunch of important stuff hidden behind caverns in Ember Twin. And then they put all those cactus plants in Ember Twin too. So when you're roaming around there, we got poked a bit. We got poked a lot. Has the sand not started yet? Oh, there it is. It just hadn't. Yeah, it's fine. We're here so early. We probably could have taken a short nap before arriving. But we can sit and chat and devise a plan. Let's actually not pick a parking spot because I don't know where the sun tower is yet. Mallows bring good luck. Okay, I promised you also, I did not look anything up off stream, but I did some brainstorming about what else haven't we tried, and the one thing some of the things we hadn't done yet were try anything in the cactus room. We just looked at it and said, this looks like death, and ran away. So, just want to throw that out there. Because that happened a lot faster than I thought it was gonna happen. It's the necklace. It's good luck. Oh, hi, Max. He wants more he wants more cookies, yeah. I gave the cats treats earlier today, too. Try anything is a valid plan, definitely. Try anything and everything. I think in my heart, I thought that we would find a tunnel or something. I was thinking there were more things underground here than the core. But then I guess once we got into the core and there wasn't an additional elevator or tunnel under there or anything, that was when it was like, okay, now I really don't know what to do because there's clearly no outside entrance. Because there can't be any cracks in the rock, right? There it is. I'm like, I think we're close to it. Close-ish. Oh, come on. But the sand is about to come through. We give him his thyroid pills and pill pocket treats. He goes nuts when he hears a pill bottle. Aww. That's like how if you give canned, like, wet food to your cats, they come running every time you open a canned good for yourself, too. I think we can go in this door. Oh, I'm just gonna wait. It's not worth the risk. This is the wrong door anyway. It's this one. Like, anytime I open something with a pop tab lid like that, they come running. Wet food I buy has a pull tab, so my cat doesn't know the sound of a can opener. That's good. Yeah, the pull tab. You're right. I think mine know the can opener because I spoil them and give them tuna juice, but yeah. Huh. Ah. Look at that. Oops. Alright, we did it. Easy. No struggles getting here whatsoever. Completely flawless entry. If everything's fine. Are we gonna go? Yay. Are we ready? I gotta be careful with the Oh no, there's glass here. There's glass here. We don't even have to be careful with the sand. I mean, we don't want to bonk our head on the ceiling, but yay! We did the thing. E, welcome in. Thanks, Toast. Thank you. Thanks for those yays. Oh, there it was. There it went. There we go. Okay. Can I walk on this wall, please? There we go. Needed a little boost. Okay, we're here. We're here. What do we do? Don't panic. Do we get cool music? We only have limited time here, though, because the sun is hot and it is close. 6 minutes, 43 seconds ago. Increased solar activity detected. Sun station hull integrity approaching critical levels. Closing emergency doors. Ooh. 281,042 years ago. No user commands received for 10 minutes. All systems entering sleep. Seems fine. Opens emergency door. All right, let's do it. Are we gonna die instantly? Oh! Oh, this is scary and cool. Can we make this? I don't think we can make this. Should we just have launched a drone? We can't make it. We'll do it again, though. Do we have to get here before the bridge? Bye, Hearthian. Sorry, we melted. Favorite music of the game, and we heard it for like 2 seconds. I couldn't just not jump. I couldn't just stand there and look at it. We had to jump towards it just to see. I wonder if I just have to launch a scout over there. Bears, welcome in. How's it going? It's one small step indeed. Spoiler chat hype. Okay, we did a thing. Let's have a mallow. Little steps of progress. First we die to the spikes of the cactus plants, then we die to the sun. Then we eat a mallow. I don't know if the ship's log was updated. But I do wonder if there's a way to get there. There is something connecting them, right? I always thought there was something connecting them when we looked at it. No ship's log. That's fine. There's a lot of marshmallows in this game. Heck yes. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Maybe I waited too long. What did we do before we came here? Well, you can only get here so fast because you have to wait for the sand in the sun tower room. Interesting. Wonder if this game comes in VR? I think it does. Outer Mallows, yeah, exactly. It's the perfect title. That's why our stream after we finish this is gonna be the last mallow. Our lore stream. Probably too close. It's fine. I feel like we've landed on top of the towers before and then our ship ended up getting knocked around a bit. There's a VR mod, that's right, yeah. It's also, in words of the devs, a perfect example of all the things not to do in VR. Interesting. Where are you? Nothing has emerged yet. But thankfully the sun tower is the tallest, so it's the first one to get uncovered. I keep landing before I know where it's gonna poke its head up though. That's my bad. A multiplayer mod in progress? Ooh, that's really cool. I just spent a few minutes wondering what the thing is that I have never seen before in the game, then realized my monitor is dirty. Oh no. Oh, Jen, what did you do? Why did you rush here? I'm definitely getting so antsy with this game. I'm becoming more and more impatient, and I need to stop that. Let's go get some fuel, I guess. Oh, but if we don't get there in time, the sand helped us so much get around the cactus plants. Oh, I hate this. Doing stuff like changing player motion without their input, messing with rotation. Oh, yeah, unless you have an iron stomach, yeah. I don't think we're gonna make it. Where's my fuel? So can I make a mental note of where on the equator this one is? Because I feel like it's important for me to go straight there. Oh, it's right there. We actually are fine. All right, never mind. I was panicked for no reason. I swear I didn't have extra caffeine today. Here, let's wait. Impatience is what led you to the sand being in the room. Yeah, true. Since we rushed there before. I will say the game is about the only one that has ever made me motion sick. Wow. Watching and playing, or just playing, or a little both? Is this the bridge side? No, I don't think this is the bridge side. We're good. So we're gonna arrive at about the same time. I wish we could crouch. Go, 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 go. Nice. Okay, we've got a little bit to wait. Not even a splinter that time. We're getting better. It's so interesting. The sand helped us too. Remember how we couldn't get to high energy lab until the sand filled to a certain level? It's so weird that the sand helps you like that. But they make you so afraid of the sand. I think if I played this game, I would get sick. Controller got messed up. And I was hopelessly stuck spinning. Oh no! Never happened to me, even though I'm susceptible. Okay. That was a weird flash of white for a second. Sand is friend, not foe, except when it's foe. True. So let's try this again. Can we land on the spinny things? No, they don't have gravity associated with them. It just shows us the door. Selfie. There's gravity on that, but it's gone. Is there gravity on the thing that we're currently on? Like, should I try to get to the top of this? And there's no other doors in here, right? Oh, it gets so quiet when you come over here. I know we can't make that jump. Also, we're getting very close to the, Oop, 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 we just immediately went out. Okay. Okay, interesting. That was not really intentional. We just got flung off of it. Interesting. So there's nothing to step on above where we come out. But maybe we can use that to our advantage to get to the other side of it. Weird. So strange. Is that just because it's moving so fast? Can we hang out here until it comes back around? I don't think so. I don't think that's safe at all. Got a view of the roof. Yeah, it's got a cool looking roof. All right, here goes our descent. Just gonna use all my fuel here. Come on, Sun Station, anytime you want to come back around. Okay. So we got, yeah, working on our tan. We got a clue as to the second you step out, you don't necessarily get like sucked down and pulled into the sun immediately. And we get some momentum from just falling off. So we just got to use that to our advantage somehow. I feel like I'm gonna have to make the top, you have to rotate yourself, right? Like up is down, down is up. I have to think of the roof not being the roof, but being the floor. Sankari, how's it going? Welcome in. There's our mallow for this loop. let's do the same thing again, I guess. Going okay. Very normal day. Nice. That can be good sometimes. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Sun Tower, I love that place. I mean, it's okay. It's cool looking. But there's too many cactus plants. Nope, don't focus on the sun. Focus on Ash Twin. Where are you? Where are you, Sun Tower? Any second now. Just circling, just circling. I'm thinking about what we're gonna do once we get over there again and how we're gonna manage that. If we just jump out the door or if we jump down and then we sort of fall onto it. Okay, here it is. Bonk. Oops. Hello? I thought I was pointing the nose of the ship towards the tower. You know I get lost on these tiny planets when you can't see over the horizon. Maybe I should start firing a scout onto the sun tower. There you are. Okay, just land there. Which side is the bridge side? Sun Station Mirage, yeah. Hi, Interloper. It's a cool view. This is the bridge side. Okay. We're gonna hang out. Oh man, I'm nervous about today. I'm nervous about timing of things and having to run across the solar system real fast and having to go past fish real fast. But for now we gotta do this. Go. When is it tall enough? Right there. We're here again. Take 3. Take 3? Take 4? Which one is this? 3 going to the sun station, 4 if you count the first time when I just died to cactus plants. So how are we gonna do this? I'm not gonna stand on the edge of the door again, because that... we flew away. Almost lined up. Okay. But I don't know how I'm gonna brainstorm this if I don't open the door. I guess we could do one of these. I don't know how much we can see from here. It just feels like we need to jump straight up. Or we need to fall out backwards. No, that doesn't make sense. Can we... There's all these gravity panels. I can't jump from back here, right? Or maybe I can. Can I jump from here? I feel like if I jump, then this... Oh, nope, that door doesn't suck us down. But we gotta move fast because the sun gets bigger and bigger. Bainwall, how's it going? Welcome in. Alright, we can try this. The sooner I try it, the sooner we can start another cycle if we need to. Is this like a portal puzzle where momentum from falling helps you out? There's stuff in the way, though. Oops. Okay, try again. Bonked our head. I'm very nervous. I can't even hear my jetpack anymore after a certain point. That was closer, I think. And there's no gravity panels on the bottom of it. There's no gravity panels anywhere. And I can't hear my jetpack. It sounded like my jetpack stopped firing, but I don't think that's it. Gojira, welcome in. How's it going? Oh, man. What else can we try? I don't know what else I want to do. I feel like they should have put a warp between the two sides of the station. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Oh no, Hylian, I'm sorry. That always hurts way worse than you think it's going to. Stubbing your toes, no joke. Okay, just doing the waiting thing for a second. There's our sun station over there. Looking elusive as ever. Of course you can't just get there, right? You have to get there and then do another puzzle to get there. They don't give you anything that easy. Pull time, which is worse? Stubbing your toe or stepping on a Lego? Ooh, that is a tough pull. It's a good one. I like it, TT. We can put it up to a vote. I think toe for me. But I don't have a lot of Legos lying around. It hasn't happened to me in a long time. Where are you? There you are. Legos for you, Maggie? Waiting for timed events is one of the downsides of the game. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay though. I do wish you could make like a little save state at a certain point. They gave you like a, I don't know, like a button to speed it up. Like that was something you could find somewhere, you know? Why do I keep doing this? I said I was gonna put a scout on the sun tower and then I didn't. We're gonna miss it now. Ah! Why is this the hard thing? Okay, that's the bridge side. Stubbing your toe and you jump around holding one foot and you step on a Lego. Oh no. Toe stubbing all the way for bears too. Unofficial, more of a discussion topic. Nice. Chat, discuss. I own a lot of Legos, so stepping on them happens more than I'd like to admit. Oh no. So painful. Oh my gosh. Okay. It would have been cool if we'd thought of the sand thing, but it just happened by magic because we came here sooner. But for anybody that figures out like, oh yeah, if I come here when, oops. When there's sand on the ground, it makes a floor for me. That's pretty cool. Alright, our vitals are not good. Where's my water? Three minutes of oxygen remaining. Is there oxygen over there? I really borked it this time. There's no oxygen over here. Well, shoot. Jen. Oh, I don't know what to do. I hate it. It's so close but so far. J-Pops, how's it going? Welcome in. I feel like it has something to do with these chunks of bridge that are still here. I don't know. I don't even want to jump out because we're just gonna fry up. The door opening is satisfying. J-Pops, it's good to see you. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. I'm gonna be at like a running start here. The sound is really good. The Sun Station music is cool so far. I'm sure it gets better. I don't think there's such thing as a running jump in this game. We'll try this again, but I'm gonna run out of oxygen, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, that didn't even work. Sun Station is one of your favorites, and Timber Hearth too. Okay, bonk. There's like no... Are we doing it now? Is it pulling us the right way because we hit these? Ugh. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Please be air inside. Please be oxygen inside. Thank you! There's oxygen in here. That was cool. Alright, 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 alright. There's trees up there. Let's read this. Somehow we managed to pull that off. Mission. Science compels us to explode the sun. Can't we change this? I don't enjoy working in view of such a morbid mission statement. Thanks for the hype. Yeah, that was a wild flight. We just kind of kept bumping into things. And it worked. We arrested our descent into the sun center with collisions into all the debris from the bridge. Okay, let's read. I don't enjoy working in view of such a morbid mission statement. Here's a better one. Mission, determine if it's possible to prompt the sun to explode. You lack a sense of humor. At least I don't lack a sense of ethics. Kindly refrain from going supernova on me before the sun does. I thought it's another sun burial. Yeah, I bet it didn't look good. Wasn't flying, it was falling with style. But it's accurate. We're going to create a supernova for the purpose of scientific progress. That's our mission. Our mission is to decide if it's such an irresponsible feat is even possible. Are there any scrolls in here? Oh, there's a mask. And then what's down here? Because there's a path that goes up and there's a path that goes down here. This is all very scary. Whoa. There's a mask down here. Oh, and there's a projection pool for... We don't know. Is there a stone here? Oh, what's this? Oh, can I borrow this? Oh, for Ash Twin. Is it a new one, do we think? It's probably gonna show the same thing that we've seen, right? Yeah, here's the core. Doesn't really show much else. There's the orange lights. Okay. What does this say? Oh, and then... Well, but the Ash Twin one's gonna say pretty much the same thing on the wall, so let's read this first. That's a view, yeah. Star has reached end of natural life cycle, now approaching red giant stage, warning evacuate sun... Oh, okay, well, we're gonna die. 1 minute, 35 seconds. You don't get much time. But we made it. We made it. I don't know that there's more to read. There was one other area we could go to. Bye. Over here. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Is this just a cool... the rooftop? It's beautiful. I don't think there's any, like, stones or scrolls or anything up here. I know we should have read the Ash Twin Project one, but, I want to explore the stuff we haven't seen before we reread a projection stone that I'm pretty sure we've already read. Not much time left at all. Yeah, no pressure, I know. But now we know we can make it back, although I don't know if I can duplicate that. Oops. This'll pause time for us if we read this, right? If it comes up in time, I think we're out of time. What happened to the sun station not fire? Oh, this is new. It fired Yarrow, but it failed. The sun barely responded. There were infinitesimally small surface level changes, but they were barely visible even to the third eye. Sun station is useless. It will never and could never cause the sun to explode. I don't know what comes next, my friends. I suppose we must start over. I'm unsure to how to start over. Return to Ash Twin first. Perhaps a change of task would help. Spire noticed a comet approaching the star system that they'd like to investigate. I hurt for you, my friends. We all know how hard you both worked. I can only offer my compassion. How are you? How's Adea? We're well, Yarrow, or as well as can be expected given the circumstances. Though disappointed, I may have disagreed with exploding the sun, but I never wished the device would fail. I'd hoped our terrible work was finished. Bye. Dex Vision, welcome in. We did make it. Best view in the solar system. Here we go. Dang. Oh, Austin, thank you for the clip. I appreciate it. Yeah, our wild crossing. We fumbled our way over there and we made it. It took us 4 tries of jetpacking. Yeah, that hurts. I know. That's sad. They didn't know what to do to start over, and then the comet happened. Let's have a mallow. Oh, I'm so glad we made it there. Let's go read the ship log. We had several things added. And then I think it's go time. And then I think it's game over ending time. And then maybe, hopefully, if we can pull it off, real ending time. That was cool. I feel like all my panic was worth it, but I panicked a lot. I rambled and talked really fast a lot. Oh, cool. I don't see an orange marker, so that's good. Sun station was designed to make the sun go supernova. The Nomai fired the sun station but had no effect on the sun. They concluded the sun station could never cause the sun to go supernova. After the failure of the sun station, the Nomai took a break to investigate the newly arrived comet. According to a Nomai computer, our sun has reached the end of its natural life cycle. So I've been largely ignoring the gameplay for this when playing Outer Wilds because I'm interested in playing it, but it's been good background for getting work done. I think I have to watch it now at all if I really have to play it. Yeah, Ta. Don't watch anymore if you're gonna play it. The sun necklace works. Yes, Wooden, it worked. I hope you do. It's so good. It's such a cool game. No more question marks. Dog, get out. Don't make TT yell at you. Yeah, the community rules. We'll send everybody your way if you do. Who came up with the web shape for this? I love how blobby it is. And then just the singular comet stuff off to the side. The devs, yeah. It's cool. I like it. Copied their development notes into the game in log form. Really? Oh, that's awesome. You haven't seen the endings? Good, good, good. Okay, so let's go back to Ash Twin. Let's snag the core. Let's get an ending. Well, let's attempt a good ending and see what happens, and then go from there. They had some things set up. Oh, Tiger Manta, how's it going? Welcome in. Yeah, we're gonna watch the documentary after we finish. That's in the schedule for sure. Thanks for the good luck, Taw. Take care. Have a good one. Sorry to kick you out, but spoilers are important for this game. Had something similar set up for keeping track of the puzzles themselves, and when people had trouble finding connections with the planet mode, they implemented it. Oh, nice. I like it. I'm glad. I mean, we talked about it. We're glad they added it because it didn't used to be in it. It helps a ton. It gives you so much direction. For something so open world and so non-linear, it's really, really nice to have the ship's log. And we love our ship. Silva, welcome in. It's good to see you. Hello, hello. We could probably... Should we go doze by the fire? Or should we just hang out and circle Ash Twin? We can circle Ash Twin. We can do some chatting. 3, 2, 1, blast off. It would be too much to keep those notes by hand. Yeah, we kept some notes. I took a lot of notes before we boarded the ship for the first time. And it definitely helps to have the log. Because I don't know, I would have written down everything and it would have taken us a lot longer to stream. Just drawing and chilling. Procrastinating a report. Nice. Drawing's cool. What are you drawing? I do love the room review and wish more games organized information this way. Not just that it's useful, but it's a great corkboard and string feel. Yeah. Like how I do the countdown when taking off. I like it too, Hylian. I'm glad it adds to the takeoff. We've done a lot of this in our journey. We've done a lot of a lot of falling into the sun. No, a lot of orbiting Ash Twin. We're good. I think we're good. I don't know. Let me just match velocity. I took some notes. Everyone in spoiler chat liked that. We took a lot of notes. We read everything. Some things I read very fast because of time constraints, but we read everything. Drawing a friend! Oh, that's cool. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. A lot of stuff happens there, yeah. What are some of the Ash Twin journeys, like loops that we did once we started figuring stuff out? We would come here. I feel like so many of our trips to Ash Twin, though, were just coming here to look around. Like, let me look at these towers again. Let me see if I can land on these towers again. Let me look at the warp pads again. Let me look at the base of Sun Tower again and see if I can get inside. There's a lot of that. Okay, this is where we're going. I don't think it's time to land yet, but that's where we're gonna go. There it is, yep, Alright, we can probably land here in a second. Ooh, or get sucked onto the surface because I didn't go into landing camera mode. It's fine. Boop. Suit is on. There's the tower. Will I get lost walking to the tower? No, not this time. Alright, that's the one with the purple, so this is the one we want. Oh, actually, we might be a little bit too early, but that's okay. I got too excited. We gotta remember where our ship is, too. Although, oh man. Yeah, we gotta remember where the ship is. I was thinking it would be nice if we could use the warps, right? It would be nice if we could warp to Bramble. But we can't. There is no warp on Bramble. It would be nice if we could warp to Timber Hearth and then jump inside of a teeny tiny seed. It would be nice if we could launch the core into the seed. Why are you building warps on the murder planet, right? Come on. All your beautiful, wonderful science. Let's attach the core to the top of the Scout and then launch the Scout inside the seed, and we'll go pick it up later. It's fine. I'm just dancing around here. I know there's oxygen inside. Okay, I think we're good to jump down there once we see the top of this door start to appear. We just hang out in here until the sand comes. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. No pressure, but like lots of pressure. I'm just gonna continually shake my head at this sequence that we have to do here. If nothing else, we get a fun ending out of it, though. Presumably. All this is just things I have made up in my head that will work. Alright, I hear sand. Ready, go. Nice, that went very well. Okay, we're back. Let's go snag this thing, shall we? And see what happens? Ash Twin Project, our old friend, yeah. Seriously. Open up. I like the noise that thing makes. I don't think that you can lock onto this thing. All right, here we go. Let's snag it. This is gonna be something. Let's turn our gravity back on, perhaps. Oh, nothing's gonna happen because there's no power. Oh, we can't get out of here because there's no power. Well, we can get a joke ending then. Oh, it's so quiet. There's no music. Weird. Oh, but once it's charged, does it keep a charge? There is that note saying that they're charged. Okay. Wow. Wow. What am I doing? There's no time to just sit here. Do we get new music the whole trip? We do get new music the whole trip? Or is this our ending music already? Has it already been 22 minutes? Is it just because we removed the power and they're like making this super monumental? Oh, I don't know if I could do this. I'm so nervous. Better know what you're doing. Well, I said, if nothing else, we're getting a joke ending. Bramble, where you at? Come on, come on, come on. No pressure, no pressure. I know this isn't Bramble, but I need a better... Oh, the music is so intense. What the heck? I don't like it. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. My poor heart. I need a better view of everything. Where's Bramble? You like the song? The song is so epic. Instant heart rate increase for sure. I'm not gonna make it because we can't even find Bramble amidst our panic. Oh. Oh, there you are. I was going the wrong way. I tried looking behind us, but it didn't work. Stranger Things, but make it sad? Stranger Things is kind of sad, isn't it? I don't want to fling ourselves past it. I feel like we normally go towards it closer to like 600 meters per second, not 900. It's fine though, it's coming right down. Yep, there we go. Oh my god! I can't, I'm too cautious and hesitant of a flyer. It's not gonna go well for us. We gotta like get down to the nitty-gritty and catapult through here. Also, the music is loud to me. I don't think it's too loud for you. It's probably perfect. Okay, we've gotta do... Let me think. We gotta get this door. Oh, they do. Okay, they tone it down a little bit, thank God. We gotta do this real quick. It should be this one down here. Yep. So let's go towards here. You know how loud it is to me, yeah. You understand. It's good. I'm glad it's loud. But not in here. I need a little more calm for the treacherous journey that's in here. You know, we don't have to fire the pod either, but I don't know how I'll find it without the pod. Okay, let's use this then. Oops, hang on. As a way to like practice. I'm turned around. We don't normally come in this way. Memorizing where we need to go, maybe, because I think our next trip is gonna have to be like a routing decision kind of a trip, because I don't think we have time to do this, but I need it for now just to see. Oops. Oh, come on. Too nervous, too nervous. Ooh, what did I bump into? Okay, there we go. Now we go to the red. No, my friends, I know. I know. Did that work? I don't think it worked. Did that not work? I don't know, we're gonna go. It looked like it went in. But it might not be taking us to the right place. Now I gotta slow way down. It's pointing to the red one, which is right. I think. Because we still gotta go to the red... Ooh, okay. To the fish egg one. Okay, now we're gonna have it with us this whole time. Soul Music, how's it going? Welcome in. I hate this room. I don't think it worked. I think it like bounced off of something. I'm nervous. We're gonna get the joke ending if nothing else. It's okay. Or not, I don't know that it's a joke. I think it's just a sad ending. But I don't know how to get through here fast enough without waking them up. Because we're not gonna have time to input the stuff we gotta input when we get there. You know what I mean? This is the room with the eggs in it still though. So I think we're okay. I'm just nervous. Okay, I think we're far enough away we can do some little boosts here. Yeah, very quiet indeed. Change our direction a little bit. See what fishies are over here. Is this gonna take me to the seed though? Or is this gonna take me to the next thing that I can enter? A fish can hear you, yeah. Okay, there's the little eggies. There's a light. Oh, okay. I mean, it's a live fish, but I think I got a boost. Is this the seed or is this our... Ooh, careful, Jen, careful, Jen, careful. Or is this our entrance? I'm stuck. We gotta float. If I move, it's gonna hear us or sense us or whatever. I kind of put myself in a bind there. We're almost clear of it, I think. I'm gonna wait till we get closer to the vines. And the breathing gets a little quieter. Okay, I think we're good. We're good. Not much time left, though, to do stuff that we need to do when we get there. Go, go, go. Go in, go in. There's no fish in here. Just go. Fuel. I don't know if we have enough fuel. Go, 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 go! We'll see what happens, friends. If nothing else, it's a valiant effort with a lot of hesitation. Okay, we've been here before. 50% fuel, but once we get oxygen, we're good. There's plants in here. Oop, shit, wrong way. Damn it. I don't know. We've only been here one other time, so... it's hard to get through there. No. Ugh, frick. Oh well. There's so many nerves. I'm too nervous. This is where we gotta go. Plants. Plants now. Do your thing so I can use oxygen as fuel. No, insert. Yes, do we have gravity now? Oh my god. Do we have to power this thing on? I think I have to push the thing over here. I still don't know what that other dial is, so I don't know if we have all the pieces. I've got my notes. Ready? Let's see if we can do this. We'll do better. I'm glad we practiced. We'll do better this time. Okay. I'm looking at my notes. And now we make the big wiggly one. This. But we still don't know if it's gonna... Oops, don't hit that. If it's gonna do anything. It did do something! What the heck? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Where are we? I didn't think it was even possible. What the heck? We're inside the vessel, but the vessel is like super broken, right? What is that? Yay! It's the sixth location. We're safe from the thing, but we still gotta go because we're still on the 22-minute loop. Can we just go over there? Are we hitting glass? I don't think we can go over there. I think we're just inside. I think there's windows. What is it? What do we do? What is that? I don't know what happens. Let's get out, I guess. I'm still panicking, friends. We're not done yet. I'm panicking a lot. What does this one do, do we think? Before we go. Now that we have power, we should have messed with this, right? I'm not... Okay. I'm not gonna mess with that. Just kidding. I'm not ready to go into any black holes. I'm not... I see spoiler warnings. I think something was said, so I'm not gonna look at chat in case there were some spoilers there. Please, this is a very critical moment of the game. If you know the game, just let me do my thing. I'm very nervous. This we've been to. I'm very nervous I'm gonna mess it up in like our final moments. So if it happens, it happens. It's all good. I feel like I do have to press that thing, but I don't know why. A good time not to look. Yeah. What's important is I played the game in this part, and I'm sorry, chat. I will get back to you, but dang. This is where we came in, no? So should we do this after all? I don't think there's anything else to do. Oh, there's the quantum moon. Is that our sun? I think we're out of time. I'm gonna go in here. I don't know what else to do. Does that take us to the planet? Yeah. I got too nervous. I think we're gonna end the loop just before anything happens. And you can't jetpack around here because the gravity's too intense. We're donezo. What is this? If someone were to observe the eye of the universe, if a conscious observer... Oh my god, I'm like shaking. I don't know. I don't know. We're trying to get to the South Pole, I guess. Are we good now? Are we clear? Does the timer let you do your thing even if you run out? I don't think it lets you do your thing. It's so dark now. There's trees. Oh, quantum trees. Oh, weird. I should walk in a straight line. We've got a mini map. That tree looked like it was uprooted and just floating. This is the same thing we saw on the quantum moon. What is it? Just a big old tunnel? Did we just jump in? I can't even look up properly. I'm very confused. Oh no, now I'm just disoriented. Oh no, oh no. This is just a crater, eh? What in the world? Trees appearing and disappearing, no thanks. We just go for it? For science! What in the world? Really? Are we back in all our memories now? This is the first moment this is when we paired with the mask. I think, okay, I guess we can read it. The Nomai never got to see it for themselves, but thanks to their efforts and technology, a Hearthian was able to reach the eye of the universe. There's our friends. Outer Wilds Ventures was founded by Feldspar, Gaussen, Slate, and Hornsfels to explore a solar system at the end of the universe. Can I put my name on there too? Is that it? Did we just run out of time? Can I go through this door? Oh, it puts us back in here. Are we just trapped now in a loop? But there's nothing left because the sun did its thing. Oh, this is so weird. Mel, how's it going? Welcome in. Yo, it just puts us back in this room. Oh, there's something over here. Okay, this is where the display was. At the end of its lifespan, our sun collapsed under its own gravity and then exploded in a violent supernova. Yeah. Fishy. Of all the life forms who will perish in the oncoming death of the universe, we'll miss the anglerfish the least. Who did this? Who wrote this? The Nomai who came to our solar system were following a signal from the eye of the universe. They perished when the interloper arrived, bringing with it the deadly substance we call ghost matter that flooded the entire solar system almost instantly and without warning. It's so sad. Can we go up the stairs? I really... My flashlight was off this whole time. I'm like, I can't see anything. No kidding, Jen. It's fine. We were too emotional. Not everything, not all the displays have a, have something to read by them. I wonder if that's significant. That's it. That's all there was. What? Pretty. Look at all the exploding suns. Look at all the sparkles. Is this like the sun grave? Is there anybody else here? I hear music. Are friends here? I don't think so. Oh, there's... Everybody's turning blue. Are these all of our loops? We did a lot of loops. What the heck? Is this the start of the game? Are we gonna make a campfire here? Is this us now? Until the next person finds us? Until, are we the next, you know, eye that lures the Nomai here? You look quantum to me. Oh, can I not cycle through my stuff? It's not letting me cycle through. Can I touch this? Does something happen? Oh! Sleepy Bear, welcome in. Oh my gosh. Things really started happening today. The heck? I need to pick up an instrument. We never picked ours. This is so weird. Oh man. It is the start of the game. Mallow. Dun 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 dun. We gotta pick up an instrument. So many Mallows, all the Mallows in chat. Can we still do this? We can. Cute. Can I sit on this? Hello? What happens if I... Oh! What? Do you hear music? Not yet. Are you gonna whistle with me though, friend? Does everyone show up here? Nuh-uh. How come it's so dark over here? Did I turn this off on accident? I didn't think I turned it off. I guess I did. What is that? Oh, the banjo! But it's on the ground. Do I have to do this? Can I not? I'm confused. We can do this. We got this. Maybe. Huh. This is really weird though. Puzzles right down to the very end. Give me a door or something. Maybe I just can't go in there? I don't know. Let's go back and talk to Esker. Leo, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. You're here for the end. But I can't quite figure it out, but that's okay. Oh, it's right here? No. I don't understand. Is there other music here besides the banjo song? No. Oh. Weird. Gather. Weird. What the heck? Here for the beginning of the end or the end of the end. Here for the end, which is coming. Just don't know which. And of course, the end always has a banjo included. Carl, how's it going? Welcome in. Hi. It's not quite time yet. I'm pretty sure we'll need the others for the next part. We'll need, you know, everyone. No rush. Take your time. It might not even exist here. Yeah. Is this how Solanum is alive and not alive at the same time? Are you forgetting someone? Yeah, we're missing some friends here. That's new. Let's go get Gabra. Oh, and the poem. The Quiet Shade. Oh my god. Too many things to do. Okay. Focus, Jen. Focus. What are we doing? I'll go get Chert. Found the Eye of the Universe. It's on my neck. Yeah. This was our good luck charm today. Let's enjoy Mallows together. Suddenly find myself happy crying. Seriously, Austin. Oh my god. Hey. There's your drums. Floating around out there. Ooh. Did I do it or did I mess it up? I can't collect this, right? So interesting. Can I like jump up here? No. Oh, weird. If you jump up it, okay. It's fine. Seems normal. Jen, please. Now there's plenty of time to experiment, apparently. Piano always gets me. Seriously, yeah. I feel like we have to follow the signs here. Cross old bark in the ancient glade. Oop. Which one is you? Gabbro. This is you. They're all so close together. Oh, there's a sign. It's always dark. You up in a tree? What are you doing? Huh. I messed up. Oh, here you are. Oh, I should have known. Oops, nope. I tried to hit gather. Did I get it? I don't know if I got it. I might have floated away. That would be Gabbro up there, yeah. Nope, we got him. We got the flute. Hey, Time Pal. So you're getting the band back together, huh? Go on. Go find the others. I'll be here. You don't need me yet, but you will. How? Oh my god, this is so good. They just really indulge you. Like, you don't want the game to be over. Certainly not. And then you get to do all this. This again, this puzzle. Do I have to stay focused on the signal and then otherwise everything goes away? No, that's not it. Oops. Nice. Very cool. Let's go say hi to Chert. And then we'll go get Feldspar. My heart's happy too, Maggie. Hi, Chert. The stars were beautiful, weren't they? Even if our stars would ultimately killed us. I'll wait here and remember them while you gather everybody. Blam, welcome in. How's it going? I'll at your boy, Chert. Oh. Chert, you get to relax now. You don't have to panic because all the stars are exploding. You can just chill with us. That was the coolest. When we heard the harmonica for the first time in this game, that was the coolest. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, why? Why you gotta do that to me? As I'm talking about how cool it was. But you think, everybody tells you Feldspar's gone, we don't know what happened to Feldspar, and then you hear the harmonic, you're like, I don't know, maybe Feldspar's out there somewhere. It's very cool, but I don't like this fish situation. Do we just have to go into the mouth of the fish? Why would they make us do that again? Cool. Feldspar who tried to, eat the jellyfish. They had to do it to you one more time, yeah. Revenge of the anglerfish. Yeah, that was not cool. We just immediately noped out of there. Hey, Feldspar, what are you doing? Hatchling, you found me. Nice to have company around a campfire, isn't it? Go on, go get the others. Wouldn't want them to miss out. There's one more. Do we play piano? Is that the instrument we picked up? Who else is missing? It's the best Hearthian. Don't spoil it. Don't answer that. Don't tell me. Oh, they're all looking up. They're all pointing up. What, at the sun? At the comet? At... I can't, Oh! You had to do that to us again. Should I stand up here with you? I don't know. How's it going? Ah! What? Oh no, you're good. I was just like giving the preemptive warning of like, don't answer that because I'm sure we're about to find out. Are we just supposed to go up there? Whee! No, I don't think that was it. That, oh! Solana? Are you here too? What? I forget which one does which. Nope, come on. Okay, put this away. It's not that. What in the world? I do not understand. The piano is so good. Hi, friend. Can you talk to us now? Oh, you can. A conscious observer has entered the eye. I wonder what happens now. Oh, not yet, not yet. Then I will wait until you're ready. Can I still get all your instruments? No, because you're not playing anymore. We're just chilling. What do you say, time buddy? Ready to start the music? Not yet. No rush, I'm not going anywhere. What do you say? Should I get out the old harmonica? Not yet. You got it, hatchling, when you're ready to say the word. I can't wait to play with the whole group again. Can I start? Not yet. Okay, I'll get to play soon though, right? Yeah. Shall I begin? Not yet. Take your time. I don't think there's anything left to go supernova. Not yet. I'll wait until you're ready. Thanks, Rebecca. It's so good. Oh, Esker, yeah, seriously, Wooden. Esker is so lonely on the moon. And now the gang's back together. I love you guys. Oh. I know, I'm not ready. Let's have a mellow. Oh my god. It's gotta be perfect. Should we burn one too, just for good measure? The last burnt mallow. Does it still make the blah noise? Yeah, of course it does. Okay, are we ready? Is there anything up here? Now I want to zoom in on all of it. What else is out here? They take away all your other frequencies. Ooh, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. Okay. Take your time, hatchling, seriously. Do they all say anything else? They're probably just gonna say the same thing, right? Yeah. We just want to chill here by the campfire. Look at this. Wait, can I take a screen cap? Can I get it so that all the dials and things aren't in this picture? I know how Outer Wilds makes us have those little blue dots in all of our screen captures. If I make... Hang on, what was I thinking? Bear with me, friends. I'm sorry. I know. It's gotta be perfect. I kind of want it to be like the back of Solanum because you don't know who they are until later, but the way Ryback is sitting, you can't really get them in the shot if I do that. Okay, this is pretty good right here, yeah. This one. There's anything to hide the HUD. Yeah, I wish there was. It's okay though. That dot. Maybe I can edit it out. If it's in the black part of the sky here, we can just do a little snip tool and get rid of it. That's good stuff. Takes a mod to remove the HUD, yeah. That's okay, that's okay. Okay, friends. We're ready. The song is new to me, but I'm honored to be a part of it. So we get to pick them all in a row. Aww. Heh, this should be cool. What order do I want the music, the instruments to come in? I think we need some drums now. Yeah. Here I go. Here goes nothing. Two left. Esker, join us, please. Oh, it's so good. Ready? Yeah, I know, TT. Oh, I gotta stand close to you. Oh, it's already fading. No, I don't want it to be over. What's happening now? I learned a lot by the end of everything. The past is past now, but that's, you know, that's okay. It's never really gone completely. The future is always built on the past, even when we don't get to see it. Still, it's, time for something new now. Do they all have something to say, too, here? Even if it's over now, I had a good time learning, but I think the rules are about to change. Wow, how long has it been since I got to make music with everyone around a campfire? I'm really happy we're all here. You got it a little close, don't you think? Well, it worked out all right in the end, I suppose. I hope there are beasties in the next one. I tell you what, this has been really fun, and I got to help make something pretty cool, so I've got no complaints. I mean, not me exactly, but close enough. It's the kind of thing that makes you glad you stopped and smelled the pine trees along the way, you know? Yeah, definitely. I love that Esker is just happy. It's just happy to be here. It's just happy that they're all together again. I believe we've reached the end of our journey. All that remains is to collapse the innumerable possibilities before us. Be ready to learn what comes next. It's tempting to linger in this moment while every possibility still exists, but unless they are collapsed by an observer, they will never be more than possibilities. Can we light this one more time? No, you can't light it again. Seriously, yeah, all the love in chat. Oh my god, it's so good. All right, all right, all right. I didn't even look up. I saw the glowing and I didn't even look up. I was too excited about our travelers. All right. No, I'm not ready, but let's do it. I admire your curiosity, friend. Let's find out together. Oh, do we jump in? What it... Do we turn out the light? Look at all the different shadows in there. What are they all even? Shapes, man. All right. Ooh, that doesn't do it because this thing has light. It's okay. Can we launch a scout into it? Woohoo! Oh no, it's gone. Oh no! Of course we would. Oh, Scout. Farewell, brave Scout. I did it for science. Accidental science. Malno, look away if you just started. There's spoilers. Okay, okay, alright, here we go. We're following Scout. Okay, 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 okay. Be brave! Are we in space? Oh, oh, oh. That's it. That's the end, right? It cracked our helmet. Is there anything behind us? Let's go! Let's go into the great beyond! Scout died doing what it loved. Oh my gosh. So did we, I think. That's it. We collapsed all the possibilities. We healed all the fractures in time that we made. Best music, I cry every time. Should I turn it up? I think oh, I don't know if I can from here. All the feels. Yeah, no kidding. Thank you all so much for watching this with me and playing along and being a part of the journey. Cabbage, I don't think I said hi. Welcome in. If you came in while the ending was happening, hi, welcome. This was big. This was important. It's not nearly loud enough now when we need it to be. Hold on, friends. Oh, sorry. Does that help? Welcome to the Club of Finishers. Thank you. We're just gonna chill here and listen to this music and smile and eat mallows. Thanks, Mel. Thanks, everyone. I'm proud of me, too. Such a chill credits theme. I'm very, very, very happy we did this and we played this. No more spoilers. Still a few, I think. But we got almost everything that I wanted to get. And I'm sure there's stuff I don't even know about that we didn't get. But we won't get into that yet. Still no stuff in chat. I'm looking for my water. Oh, toast. It's just a joke ending, yeah. All that for a joke ending. Now I want to make some s'mores too. It's so good. Oh my gosh. It is very quiet. I wish the music was louder. Of all the music to be quiet, why is this one really, really soft? Thank the mods. Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Andrew for the feels. Yep. Now we get the whole soundtrack too. The mods ruled. You all ruled. Thank you for using the spoiler chat to talk about our progress and not the Twitch chat to talk about our progress. Such a good spoiler-free playthrough. I think there were one or two things that were kind of close to being spoiled, but nothing really big. Oh, this is cool. We can talk about that in a minute. I do kind of want to go in and get our joke ending, the one that I thought we were for sure gonna get. Thank you all for thanking the mods. Thank you, mods. Thank you, mods. Thank you, mods. Thank you, mods. Share this moment with other human. Yes. How we had all the friends for the end. Yes. I would have been sad if we didn't. GG on getting to the core, to the vessel without getting nommed. Yeah. Thank you, Magus. Okay, now it's loud enough. Well, for me, probably still not loud enough for you. I thought we were going to run out of time before we were going to get nommed because I was determined not to fire the jetpack. I was determined not to alarm the fish, but I thought we were going to run out of time. I think we were really close. Want to tell people about game mechanics they're missing. I'm glad we had spoiler chat. Yes, exactly, Wolf. Exactly. I'm making it first try. Thank you, Austin. Oh my gosh. Oh, are we going emo only mode? Okay, Cordy, let's do it. Yeah, let's go emo only. All the mallows, all the love, all the cozy emotes that you have. Thank you, Maggie. Core def wound up in an anglerfish tummy. Oh my gosh, Magus. Love. I can't click out of the game, otherwise it'll stop the music, but I'm sending all the emotes into chat. Thank you for playing Outer Wilds. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making this game. Outer Wilds devs, team, everybody. It's so good. All right, new scene. 14.3 billion years later. Okay, okay, okay. We've got crickets. We've got planets. Really cool music. A new campfire, a new race. My scout! I can't believe, oh, thank you, Maggie. Thanks for all those emotes. I can't believe we fired the scout in at the last second and it actually did something. Like it didn't do the emergency recall. Such a good Easter egg. We didn't get that because we did that. Did we get that because I fired the scout in? Seconitas, welcome in. Really? That's awesome. Yeah, safe word, safe word. You're good. Thank you for asking, Wooden. You're so good in the end, still asking safe word. I'm so happy. Interruptus, welcome in. Oh my gosh, 2 hours flew by. There will be a VOD, there will be highlights. All of Outer Wilds is going up on YouTube. Post-game stream. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. Here's the vibe I'm getting. We're gonna chat a little bit. I'm gonna keep... Spoiler chat rules are still on. Or, like, safe word rules are still on. So if I ask questions and I'm gonna remind myself to keep saying safe words so that you can answer them. But don't just be like, this is the ending, this is what it means, this is the thing you missed. And we'll go from there. Talking about the game strictly as what's been seen. Yes, thank you, Austin. Yeah. And while we're doing that, I am probably going to jump back into the save file so we can get that ending that we didn't get. And then we'll just go from there. More on Patreon. Oh, cool. I believe you can stream it if you're reacting to the documentary, but I'm not 100% certain. Probably gray area. Yeah, that's one of those fair use things, which I believe it would be. But at the same time, with YouTube at least, it's very much like you can't just sit down and watch the thing start to finish. You can react to it, but you still have to kind of clip it into bits and react to the bits. Been able to hang out because I wanted to avoid spoilers. Yeah, Shaggy, it's so good. We got to the sun station. This talk will include spoilers. You're right. You're right. You might want to still be careful, Shaggy. Discord would be fine for watching it, I think. I think so, too. Dang. Thank y'all for being here. What was someone saying? Oh, Seconitas, you were saying the ending is worth it. The game is so worth it for all the frustration. I think the reason I was so frustrated on the third day and towards the end was because they hook you in and you love it so much and you want things to be happening. So when things aren't happening, you're like, no, I want to know more. I don't know where to go. I'm lost. Like, it's such a letdown when you don't get progress because it is such a nice build up in the beginning. Gonna take off. Okay, Shaggy, have a good one. Yeah, definitely recommend playing this one for sure. If you like puzzles, if you like space, if you like exploring, if you like hidden stuff, check the clip for Sun Station. It was wild. I was really worried in the beginning where I was like, I need to take a break. Bonin, we almost took a break from this. We almost stopped after the 3rd stream and played something else. That's actually, I think, when I started the Metroid poll, because I was like, you know, maybe let's just go into a Metroidvania for a bit, like more in my comfort zone, and then we'll come back to it when I'm ready. And then I slept on it. We took a day off like we usually do in the schedule, and I was more prepared for things. We started doing the predictions, which kind of added some like fun in case there was a lull in the loop. You all still had something to do. Predict on the death. Checking in and out of streams, it seems like the mid-game tends to slow play a lot. Yeah. Amazed at how you recovered the crossing. So, okay, first safe word question. Several parts that are easy to get stuck, yes. Enjoy your emotes. Thank you for that hype train. Cheers, friends. Thank you. Enjoy those hype emotes. Well, Jen at her shiplog made the non-progressing loops more fun. Exactly. First safe word question is the Sun Station crossing. How are you just supposed to do like fall gracefully but have the bits of rock like keep you from getting sucked down? Is that how that's supposed to work? Only make minor adjustments? Oh. It's always broken. It's fine like you did it. Just jetpack, just jump. Okay, cool. Slow and steady is the safest. Because the first time, of course, we just full force jetpacked and we got sucked down. And then the second time we tried jumping from far away, right? And we got a little higher, but then the second time we got catapulted out the opposite direction. Just jump and it normally works. Get sucked down because you're in orbit. Yeah, true. Can lock onto the door. Oh, I didn't lock onto the door. That would have been great. At the end, you don't have as many options to step away from the puzzle and do something else. Yeah. And that was what was frustrating. That's why I was so nervous about today, because we don't have any other options except for to end it with a joke ending, end it the right way, leave the Sun Station behind. We could have just said, all right, I know what to do with the vessel. Let's forget the Sun Station. Like, we could have just left that, but we didn't. Walking out's easier than jumping. Got it. We were winging it. We made it exciting. Glad you got the Sun Station. Me too. It's a physics engine. You walk out, maintain the same speed as the station does. Yep. Further you get away from the straight path, the harder it becomes to stay on target. Such an intense journey, even when taking it slowly. Pet Rock, welcome in. Things happened quickly today. You missed the end. It's okay, though. We're still chatting. I was asleep. No. It's nice to have no question marks left on the ship log. True. Still not an easy challenge. It's okay, Pet Rock. I'm going to put the VOD. I'm going to make the highlight right after stream. I'm going to put the VODs, all the VODs on YouTube. Pete's getting there manually with the velocity matching. I got Sun Station today. We did. We got it. All right. We're going to keep chatting. I don't have any other questions yet. I just have to load the wake up before the ending, right? Crashed into Sun Station a lot. We got burnt up in the sun a few times, and then one time catapulted out away from the sun. Okay. Let's load. We've got time to kill for sure. We could probably sleep the first 10 minutes here. Slate, you'll never guess what I've seen. I actually don't think there's anything new I can do. Let's eat a mallow. It's possible to miss so much, yeah. Definitely. Okay, what's something else that I think I missed? We're gonna save the Hanging City one because I have one mark on the ship's log that isn't finished. And then I have a question. This is a yes or no only question. Safe word. Are there other squares on the, oh, I need to adjust the volume. Hang on. The other squares on the ship's log rumor mode that I missed. Because some of them aren't connected with any little lines. Is it okay for ask you questions about what you think would have happened for things? Yeah, that's fine. Technically, it's possible to miss the entire game any percent. Okay, so then any percent. Oops. Oh, I almost dropped my controller. Don't you just sprint to Ash Twin? Like, immediately for any percent, right? And you can get an ending. It's not the good ending, but you can get an ending by just going to Ash Twin and then grabbing the core and dying somewhere else. You die twice to unlock sleep. Oh, does sleeping not unlock right away? Interesting. You're good on squares. Okay, cool. There's also a few speedrun categories. We will have to watch some speedruns, yeah. I need to adjust the volume. I tabbed out of the game because I messed with the volume for that alert. I need to make that alert quieter. But thank you, it's such a hype one. There's Windows noises. I don't know if you can hear that. And then desktop audio can go back up to normal. Okay. Shipless percent? That's awesome. Found the one thing you had in Hanging City. You probably got everything. That's all that's left. We decided not to go back for that. We need to, let's get our suit and then we can go sleep. Because to get, no, we don't want to sleep yet. We just want to get the core. I mean, we can sleep for a couple minutes. Yeah, why not? It's quicker if we just go there when there's less sand. %, is gonna be a GDQ, nice. People go into ship, grab a suit. Other than that, it's pure shenanigans. I love it. I love it, that's awesome. Sprint to launch codes, memory suck, die of cliff, wake up, die in fire, wake up, sleep, sprint, 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 wow. Yeah, I gotta watch that. What other questions do I have? Or what, Austin, you had a question for me too. Marshmallow %, you try to have a marshmallow at all the campfires. That's my category. We're running marshmallow % now. Thinking about the world, what do you think would have happened if you hadn't made it to the vessel on the final run? It's gone. Everything explodes and your memories don't go back because you power down the Ash Twin project. We're gonna find out. That's what we're doing right now. Yeah. But I knew I didn't want to do that. I knew I didn't want to do that when we got there. And you saw me. If you were in that stream, I took the core out and then I put it back. I was like, nope. Let's just see what happens at the end of the cycle. Let's leave everything where it is. And that's when we saw the black hole inside the core, but we didn't do anything with it. And then on one of the streams where I didn't know what to do exactly, we went back and we got the black hole ending, which broke the fabric of space-time. As you phrased it, it gives me goosebumps. Oh my gosh. It's in fine print for the rules of the category. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, blast off. Oh, thank you, Pet Rock. Thank you. It brought us good luck today. The choker brought us good luck for the Sun Station and for the Eye of the Universe. It was necessary. Whee! We want Ash, not Ember. There we go. Everything's so close together. I think it's really interesting in the end they showed you, I think it's when you're going towards Solanum's mask, that it was like 900 meters, 800 meters, 700 meters. Like, is that far? In this game, I guess it's really far away. Oops, oops, oops. Focus, Jen. This is where we want to park, right here. Okay. We close enough? I think we're close enough? No. Rip. It's fine. I'm too excited to fly now. There's too much to talk about. I don't want to miss any in chat. There's so much going on. There we go. Okay. Honestly, I didn't support it that much. I think there was a mix-up in the tiers. I won a contest in the alpha, which is why I got the observatory board. Whoa, cool. A listing's a listing. I'm sad I only found out about it when it came out. Yeah, I had no idea. I had this on my wish list on Steam because Borshi, our friend Borshi, was playing it in his stream. Just casually, whatever. I was in there for a little bit, and then I was like, you know, I might want to play this. I shouldn't watch too much. And then Ace got it for me as a gift and was like, you seem like you would really like this, and also it's space, and we were playing everything a lot at the time, but this is like a cooler, more interactive mystery solving version of everything. I think I went exactly the wrong direction to get to the Hourglass Twins tower, but it's fine. Okay. This one. Whew, what else? What other questions do I have? What other questions do you have that don't spoil anything that we haven't seen yet? What was the aha moment that got you into the Sun Station? I was thinking about it last night, this morning, a lot because I was stressed about today's stream that we weren't going to make any progress. And I knew that we had been in the room with the cactus plants, but that I hadn't tried to even jump over them at all. I hadn't tried to get through there. I hadn't tried to, like... I really wanted to bop them with the scout because I was like, you know, if you shoot the scout at something, isn't that going to, like, make this plant move over? Which I knew wasn't right, but I needed to go back to the room with the cactus plants. So we went in there, and then I died to the cactus spikes because the sand was already all gone. And then we rushed past again when the room was still full of sand and got through without dying. One of the folks that learned about the game early but didn't have the means to support it early. Yeah, definitely that too. If you knew about it but couldn't get in on the project at that time. Glad you thought of the sand for the Sun Station. I've seen a couple extreme playthroughs that brute forced it. I bet. How well did you find it the first time? Did you just know when you went in there, like, oh yeah, I need to come back here? You put cacti everywhere, right? Same, Wooden. What's with all these cactus plants? Never figured it out, just crashed my ship into the station over and over until it worked. Really? Dang. I knew we couldn't. I did not want to fly into the sun that many times, so kudos to you to keep trying it, because I was like, we're not flying next to the sun. You were so close getting it with the jetpack. Yeah, we were pretty close. A lot of stuff you couldn't find was because you were overthinking everything, but it was a relatable. With my playthrough, we did overthink a lot, but it's okay. I'm happy with how things turned out. Talking flew to the station, brute force, navigated cactus hallway. Oh, both. How did you all get there? Did you fly to the station or did you use the cactus room? Never figured out the forge teleport, which is why I landed my ship upside down. Yeah. It's intense and wild flight. I didn't want to do that, yeah. Alright, now we've got to do this. And then I guess we just get a bunch of time to kill here. Clips from the guy. Oh, from Y-Miser. Yeah, now I get to watch Y-Miser's playthrough. I saw some comments about, like, that people were posting clips, but I didn't read anything. Okay, ready? Let's nab it. Goodbye. Goodbye, Ash Twin Project. Well, maybe let's get our gravity back. I guess it doesn't really matter. I think there's a timer in here, right? We can see how much time has passed. I don't know if it'll happen immediately though, because what's interesting, what am I doing? We're gonna smack into it. Well, now we're just screwed. That's fine. We're gonna get hit by something. I got too excited. What was I saying? Timer. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. Much more trial and error than you, rather than overthinking. I just tried every idea. Death is kind of cheap. After this, do you want to learn some things that will make the trip to the vessel easier? Maybe. Much like with Jen, I pulled the core, thought about what that meant, and hastily put it back and thought things... Oh, I was talking about, when I jumped into the black hole in this room, instead of pulling the core, I jumped into the black hole at the end of the loop. Nothing happened right away. And I was thinking about it later, and I was thinking it had something to do with the fact that our body was gone, but now I'm not sure. But you know, like that last loop, you still have whatever memories from the previous loop that were sent back because they were in the mask. But after that, there's no new memories to be sent because you powered it down. Maybe, but I'm really not sure. And that must be it, because this room is supernova proof. So once you power it down, it is powered down. I think that's it. But then I don't know how that breaks the fabric of space-time, because your memories are out somewhere floating around without a body? That I don't understand. I pulled the core, freaked out when the music stopped and put it back. Why Miser was somehow stumbling across super late game stuff? Yeah. I thought the loop would stop immediately and I'd just die if I pulled the core. So what I did was brought the broken core to the guy in the observatory and to Solanum to see if they could fix it. Nice, that's cool. Had to watch the last two VODs to understand how you broke space-time. Yeah, we didn't do it all in the same stream. I had to go back and then forwards again. Maybe let's take the core with us. Do maybe two different things happen if you warp with it out here versus... If you wait for the ending out here versus in there, this will destroy the core. Whereas if you wait for the ending in there, you're just stuck until the end of time. We should do both of those. Destroying the fabric of space-time is something we could explore. Yeah, true. It broke the fabric of space-time because you exited a white hole without entering the corresponding... white hole. I don't know. It's all very complicated. Here, let's maybe stand in this little alcove, I guess. It's not a very fun place to spend the last minute. Escape the sand, though. You sure I could figure it out? I think we could probably figure it out. Oh, that music is so good. So red. The colors of everything are really good. That purple color everywhere for the power source. And the blue you get with the supernova. Launch the core into the sun, yeah. This isn't the end of the world, it's... Oh, that's right, it all sounds similar. Yeah, you're right. I don't know how much time we still have. Quite a bit since the ground isn't sparkly yet. There's the quant... No, that's, Giant's Deep. Originally assumed exploding stars in the background were all the possible loops happening, where I failed to stop the sun. Don't know what the plan is, but I'm okay with chilling to the music, yeah. We are, we're getting a bad ending, I think, is what's gonna happen. But I don't know for sure. But don't answer it yet. We'll see. We'll just see. We'll see as soon as the loop is over. I love that you can take this core with you and just, like, I can just drop it wherever. If we were to find like a projection pool, I could just drop it. Best method, try and see what happens, yeah. I have a safe word question about these towers. Do these, is there anything else you can do with these? Or do they just have the elevator and platforms from being constructed? There's nothing else you can do with them, right? Yeah, they're just the power source. Okay. That's what I thought, but now I can ask. Yeah, you can take the elevator. We finished the game exploring loose ends. Yeah, exactly. If I say safe word, you can answer the questions, but otherwise I'm still trying to figure out the stuff I missed on my own, if that's okay with you all. There's an absurd trick I remember reading about with the core. It'd be of interest, not an Easter egg so much as a bit of physics silliness. Can you put this core in the high energy lab? That's a safe word question. A lot of loops walking around these. Same. Oh, we walked here so many times. We've just been here on Ash Twin at the end. So many of our loops ended here. Don't think it fits. You're right. Yeah, it's a different shape. It won't do anything. What if it's not okay with us? Oh, Magus, I don't know what to tell you. An interesting thought, but I don't think we can do anything with it. Okay, I have another safe word question. Is it possible to pilot the Nomai shuttle other than launching it? Does the third dial do something? Yeah. I never figured that out. We never played around with that thing. Oh, whoops. I forgot about oxygen. Our ship's at the other pole. You have to plan flights? Oh, that's cool. The third option does something, it's tricky. I kind of forgot that I wanted to go back and play with that some more. We never did, so we could do that if we wanted to. There we go. I kind of want to leave Ash Twin. Kind of want to go for a little flight here. As much as I love hanging out on Ash Twin. Oops. Oh, we're like too close anyways. Let's see what happens. Bye! I wouldn't recommend spending much time on the shuttle, but there's fun YouTube videos on it. Nice. Had to look up how the shuttles work. I could trial and error it a bit, but I think I'll probably watch a video on it. You are dead, yes! That's what we thought would happen. There's nothing, there's no is there kazoo? Nothing, no fanfare, no nothing. The Dark Souls ending. Yeah. Didn't manage to figure out the third option. Ooh, I'm gonna miss some chat. Thanks for the hype! No kazoo for you. You saw that a lot. Oh, trying to get to the vessel. We finished, we got an ending. Is there... Okay. Yes or no, safe word question. Is there a different ending if we take out the core but we stay inside of Ash Twin Project? Yes or no only. Is it a different ending? No, not a different ending. Okay, thank you. Got this on my first attempt, second attempt, I got it to the vessel, nice. I failed getting the vessel so many times. I was curious if there was some other ending that's like, you withered away inside of the thing forever and ever. But actually, does that even make sense? Because if you power it down, then the signal transmission never goes anywhere. But you also don't die because it's supernova proof. And you just sit in there. But the game times you out because it's a 22-minute thing. I wonder if you get the little, like, purple fuzzy thing. Oh, it's supernova resistant. That's right. It waits, like, a little bit longer, doesn't it? Enough time for the ATP to do its thing. Yeah, okay. Oh, nice, Magus. Okay, we'll see you when you get back. Safe travels. Oracle, hi. I don't know if I said hello to you. Welcome in. You could get the dead message if you die before you start the loop. On your way to get the launch codes. Cool. That's fun. The exact quote is supernova proof, at least for a little while. Yeah, I remember now. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, what else do I want to ask? Oh, I think Semi-Cortex, you were asking me if I want to know a way that would have made getting to the vessel easier. So let me give my thoughts on that before we start talking about it. We got to the vessel by... I used my scout every time. I'm sure you can memorize where to go without using the scout, but I used the scout to give me directional guidance every single time we tried to get to the vessel, which we tried to get to the vessel a lot before we finally succeeded. Like, without the core, just in general, it took me a long time to get past the fish. I'm assuming, here's something I want to know. If you turn on your signal scope when you're outside of the ship, can the fish hear that too? I'm assuming yes. They can hear your jetpack if you're too close, they can hear your signal scope, and they can hear if you, like, crash into something. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we got that one, Repair. That is safe word, yeah. Yeah, you're good. Also, maybe don't come in, like, right away with comments about other endings just in case I didn't get them. Because I'm still doing a little bit of exploring to try to figure some stuff out. To my understanding, they can't hear the signal scope. Oh, I definitely thought they could. Can't hear it in the ship, outside of the ship, anywhere. They can only hear engine and jetpack. Huh, okay. So then, to get around the fish quicker... What ended up working for me, and I think there's definitely more than one way to do this, but what ended up working for me was just getting out of the ship and going so painfully slow. You're good, Repair. Yeah, I know it's tricky right now too. Like, we are done with the game. We got the endings that we wanted. There might still be more, but I don't know yet, so you're good. They certainly feel the scout if things wind up that way. Gotcha. Willie, welcome in. How's it going? Okay, so I got out of the ship and jetpacked around the fish. Can you stay in the ship? Safe word, can you stay in the ship and still get around the fish? I was so caught up on that for such a long time. Okay. How? Do you just launch it and then cut the engine? Practice, yeah, okay. Yeah, safe word on how. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Yeah, we never did that. Going through the seed resets your momentum. So enter it with high momentum and launches you through. But even that is risky, because if you don't set it up, you just shoot right into one of the fish and bop it with the ship. Don't thrust the controller after transition. Thrust into the node, cut the engines before you enter and drift all the way to the eggs. Nah, I don't know. We just did it without the ship. I didn't like it. I didn't like the ship. We died too many times with the ship. So I moved on to another strategy. Game actually lines you up to not hit the fish. Alright, well, I like my way better, so... Entering the seed starts you on an ideal path. It was not an ideal path. You saw how many times we died going in there. I mean, I used the thrusters every time though. That's why. I don't think it minds you bumping into them. No, probably not. Exo, how's it going? Welcome in. My way works so there, devs. Thank you, Semi-Cortex. You did ask early on if you were supposed to leave the ship. I did, and you all said no. But then I didn't believe you, I guess? I don't know. A very silly ship feature I saw used in a speedrun with a fish. Yeah, go for it, Austin. I did it your way too till I watched a speedrun. The hacking boosting around the fish method seems popular. Hacking and boosting? Lurking the whole stream but couldn't join chat. Oh, no worries. No, you're good. I'm glad you got to lurk. In their face, you can use thrusters at 1 tick. Finish the game by leaving the ship, similar what you did. The jetpack is quieter. Yeah, I just couldn't. I would never have thought to leave the ship. I would have been certain I'd have run out of oxygen. And that's what I thought too, but... Well, because when we got to the vessel the first time, I saw it. I was like, there better be trees inside. There better be trees inside. There better be trees inside. The ship's more consistent. I don't even want to go back and try it. Maybe sometime after I'm not played for a bit and I haven't seen the fish in a while because the fish are so scary. If you go into the ship, there's a button in the cockpit you can use before buckling in. Let's go look at it, shall we? Let's go see all the things I never noticed. One time I was going too slow in the ship, so I aimed with landing camera and jumped out because the exit hatch gives you downward speed without sound. That's cool. I like that. Marshmallow first. Let's go look at our ship. Why Miser panicked and just gunned it? That's awesome. Hey ship. You've seen a lot. You said before I buckle up, right? Don't tell me yet. Don't tell me. I'm not reading chat because I know somebody's gonna be like, oh, it's over there. I want to find it. Gear options. I remember gear options from a long time ago. This is just controls, right? Yeah. I don't think it's in there. Suit up. Do I have to suit up before I can do it, maybe? Do we have an ejection seat? We have this up here that has never been used. I can't turn it all, right? Lift off landing camera, lift off, unbuckle, view map. Close inspection of the ship commences now. We saw the plants, we saw the signs, we read the oxygen refill sign, eventually we read the scout sign. Return suit, gear options, health and fuel fill, we used that quite a bit. Open hatch. Ship log. Why is this so difficult? Is it up here? Do I have to like jump up here? Feldspar did it without even dying once. Feldspar's a legend, yeah. We're looking for a special button in the ship? I feel like y'all are pulling my leg. We're missing that good Timber Hearth music for this. Are you the emergency hatch? What are you? There's a... Oh, there is ejection cover. Dang, that's so well hidden. How big of a window is that? It's a pretty little window. And it says buckle up all around it. But it's a big red button, so I should have known to look at it. Sorry, ship. Oh, I love it. Why did we never do that? Oh, I'm sad that we never used that for something. There were so many times, you know, when we went in there to Bramble one of the times, I was like, abort, abort, abort. We should have ejected. Easier to see when buckled up. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe I saw the writing of the button before, but just glanced and was like, it has an ejection seat, but we can't use it. But I don't think I put that much thought into it even. Person who built it's gonna be pissed. Wait. Are they? How do I get back there? Oh, it is this way. Slate is... I wish they had Slate say more. I wish Slate said and did more. As you went through. Like, I think they added some death options to their dialogue. I also wish... Okay, yeah. I also wish Gaussen said something when we went and talked to them at the Gravity Caves after we, told everybody that we found Feldspar. Slate's the one person you're guaranteed to see, yeah. I told them not to press buttons at random. The Hearthian wakes up, goes to the ship on their very first day of flight, and immediately hits eject. Yes. Slate's right there. It would make sense to talk to them more. Because I did it a few times. I talked to them a lot, but at a certain point, I'm like, yeah, they remark at all the different ways I can die, and that's pretty much it. It would be cool if it changed a little bit more and more each time. Okay, now what do we want to do, since I'm stuck without the ship? Well... we could probably recover it. We'd have to repair it. Oh, the hull pops off. That's what we saw tumbling. I thought the whole ship went tumbling. It's over there. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Not repairable. I thought the whole ship went over there. Of course not. It just pops the cover off. There's one more feature to find. Can I find it now? Or do I have to reset? First gen shipless run, yeah. Think something you can fix with a blowtorch? No, no, no. Not sure if it works now. You can? Okay. What the? Oh. This was like a point and click. Oh, you can't go in the ship log afterwards. Sad. Are there more buttons to press? Refuel jetpack. Oops. I don't know if we can get to it. The buttons are all over there. All right, maybe we'll reset then. Let's go. I have a question. The poem. The quantum poem. Is there more to that? We were just short. I guess that's a safe word, but that's a pretty vague question. I feel like there's more to that. No, not really? Okay. That was something I thought I missed and just didn't know what to do with it. I feel like we got some kind of text prompt as I was flying up this way, but maybe not. Where do we want to go? To the Quantum Grove? Talk to the Hearthian who made it, and it's about it. Yeah. Believe you overthink the poem. Yeah. We definitely did. Because I think when I first discovered the quantum trials, I thought, oh, dang, that poem means something to do with the quantum trials. I need that poem to solve it. And then we came back to it, and I was like, no, this doesn't help us at all. We're just going for a stroll here. Then what about... Then what about seeds? So do we know where the bramble came from? Did they answer that for us? I guess that's a yes or no safe word question. Can we find out where the bramble comes from? Because the planet, the dark bramble planet was ice. It wasn't bramble. No, we don't get to find out. Ancient Glade, some folks take to be a reference to the place at the end of the game. Yeah, I could see that. You can see at the end is not random, so you can ascribe some deeper meaning to that. Yeah. Gonna say no. Interesting. We don't think it's like an invasive species from the Nomai planet? No, because it was already here when the Nomai arrived at this solar system because they got trapped in it. Interesting. It was already a problem before. So what if the sun wasn't exploding? Would everything just succumb to the bramble? There's some lore there. They do say the plant appeared at the core and grew. Yeah. They say that the plant appeared and the fish ate it and then it grew from the inside of the fish. I don't know if that was the first one. And then this one fell when the planet exploded, right? Or I don't know. This one just got launched here at some point. Hologram, welcome in. How's it going? To my understanding, the bramble chucks out seeds in random directions. Bramble is just bramble. Interesting. Very interesting. And eventually it just overtakes everything. Oh, nice aim. Duplicate signal. Did we get the duplicate signal back here? And I didn't know what to do with it yet. Piece together, given it apparently chucking a seed that crashed into Timber Hearth. Yeah. It just chucks seeds everywhere. This fish that ate it, yeah, it's the skeleton. Feldspar tells us that they think that a fish ate the seed and that the seed killed the fish, and now it's a skeleton where Feldspar ended up. That's how we found that out. Weeding is important. In a way, it's a red herring because if someone follows on bramble first, they may suspect it of being the cause of the supernova. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm not sure at what point you learn about the supernova being natural, but at a certain point you're like, no, the sun's just gonna explode. Like, that's it. That's how it ends. Because I think when you first see the interloper, you're thinking, does the interloper itself crash into the sun? And then you learn a little bit about the sun station. We learned about the sun station way late game. And you learn that the purpose of the sun station was to cause the supernova. But that lasted a very short amount of time where I was like, oh, does the sun station do it? Because I feel like as soon as you find out the purpose of it, you also find out that it failed. Some people think interloper crashing. Yep, it crossed my mind. Usually it's sun station, but depends on your order. A lot of people, sun station is a big wham moment where you think, great, I'm on the sun station. I'll finally get to shut it down. Oh, we already knew that we couldn't. Yeah. I think it's possibly intentional. I've seen multiple playthroughs where people very strongly suspect the interloper because of how it gets eaten by the sun, coincidentally, minutes before the nova. The devs recently hinted at DLC coming out. Yeah. Maybe more Bramble backstory. Oh my gosh. What do we want to see in the DLC? Many people get to the Sun Station before they get to Ash Twin Project. Not us. Sun Station was the last thing we did. It's okay though. It was worth it. DLC doesn't mean gameplay. I saw speculation about an art book. Oh. Or soundtrack. I don't know what my plan is now. I'm just walking around on Timber Hearth. Echoes of the Eye. Very cool. Sun dies in 5B years. Live a good life while you can. I was trying to find the grove. We came here pretty early on. We came to the ruins here, the mine, pretty early on. I want to play as Nomai and see Redacted until the real lore stream. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm excited for lore stream. So I can't go in spoiler chat yet. I can't go in the Interloper Discord yet, but this means lore stream is Friday. The last Mallow is Friday. 3:30 Eastern time, as usual. Don't be late. We're starting right at 3:30. I think we're gonna do Q&A, like a bunch of questions, but I think before we do that, we should play more and get the other endings. Okay, safe word, are there other endings? Are there more endings? Yes or no only? Don't tell me what they are. I'm guessing yes. Yeah, okay, cool. Mines were the first thing I explored. Yeah! Tempting things. Okay, cool. Yeah. Explore all of space, immediately proceeds to explore Timber Hearth. Well, because, yeah, we went to Giant's Deep first, and then I got very scared, and then we explored Timber Hearth and Addlerock, I think, right after the first loop. Bookkeeper, I said don't say what they are. I said yes or no only. Come on. Come on. I know it's tempting. Everybody else did it the right way. Let's just watch the end. There's not much time. You were so scared of Giant's Deep first loop. And that was before we saw the fish on Bramble. That was just me being terrified of not being able to land. It was very unsettling that they give you the spaceship. We flew it successfully to Giant's Deep, and then there was I hadn't found an island to land it on yet. And I was convinced there was an island, because I think somebody mentioned it. Maybe not at that point. But we were just in the water, and I was like, I don't want to just abandon my ship in the water. And then I think we hit supernova. Like, we just were floundering around on Giant's Deep the first loop. I was very scared. But we got much braver as time went on. Once saw someone get to Giant's Deep and nope their way out of the game. Really? Giant's Deep or Dark Bramble more terrifying? Bramble for me is more terrifying. But I know a lot of people don't like the open ocean. Yeah, Giant's Deep is certainly a thalassophobia challenge. I don't know if I said it right, but that's the open ocean, open water fear, right? Boom! Sparkles. Dark Bramble for you. Bye, son! Are you all more scared of any other of the planets? Or is it usually between those two? Even I was wary of Giant's Deep until I got to look into it and see that there were just the jellyfish. After that, it was fun times there. Yeah. More scared of Ember Twin? Yes! Bramble spooky once you know how to deal with the fish. It's not that bad. Oh, it's bad. I don't like it. Ember Twin Crunch is very scary, yeah. I know, Cordy. Oh my gosh, we have a clip of the crunch sound. I hate the crunch sound. All right, we have been streaming for 3 hours. I do want to keep going for a little bit. I think maybe today it would be safe to go to the Hanging City and get the little tidbit that we missed, because I think it's small. And then if we do another finish, okay. If I get that last thing with the little orange star on the ship's log, and I finish it again, do we get a different ending because the ship's log is like Dunzo complete? That's a safe word. Yeah, safe word. No, there's no different ending. Okay. Oh, Caps, you're good, QWERTY. Ended up being very afraid of Ash Twin for a while because of fear of the unknown. Like, why is this here? I'm scared of what the crazy structure is here to do. Just regular, no mean to Caps it. It's all good. Got mild thalassophobia. While I love Subnautica, even if I know I'm safe, I get a really weird butterflies itch if I'm in open water. Reasonable. Let's eat a mallow and then we will go on break. I think we'll go explore Hanging City. We'll chat a little bit more. We'll make a plan for next stream. And then we'll go from there. I'm sad it's over, y'all. Take off and get some rest. Thanks, Jen, chat, and mods for amazing playthrough. Thank you, Wooden. Have a good rest. Have a good sleep. If you need to go rest, anybody that's getting close to their bedtime, I understand that's a factor too. I will post this one more time really quick. And I will make a command on break, I think, for the Interloper Discord if you're interested. Let me pull that link for you again. I'm hoping we find, Kim Chica is still playing this again today, because if she's still in her playthrough, we can get their crew in on the spoiler chats and whatnot. But let me grab this for you. Perfect. That is the Interloper Discord. If you are interested in watching other Outer Wilds streams, this game is really special. I don't normally do this for streams, like plugging a Discord that's not ours, but there's such a community around like going from first playthrough to first playthrough, and it's so different every single time because the game is so non-linear. Everybody's path is different, which I love. Austin, thank you as well. Absolutely. Thanks for the adventure. Thanks for the chats. Thanks for believing in me when I didn't believe that we would get through it. But yeah, we will talk again. We will talk again after break. I'll see you all in a few minutes. Oh, Magus, you're back just in time for break. We're gonna take a quick stretch break. Thanks, friends. Welcome back, humans. Hello, hello. Let's get set up here. I think I'll go in the chatting window just for a minute until we're ready to jump back into the game. Hello. I want to take some notes first and plan our stream for Friday. Basically, how this is going to go down is we're going to play the game first. We're going to try to get some more endings. I have a question, too, regarding said endings. I have a safe word question about that, but we'll get to that in a second. And then I think we're gonna watch maybe some clips, maybe some speed runs. And then I think we'll just end stream a little bit earlier on Friday, and anybody that wants to come with us to the Discord to watch the documentary is welcome to do that, because I think we need to save the documentary afterwards. Oh, and Q&A. So let's do endings, clips, Q&A, and then Discord to watch the documentary. How does that sound? I think it sounds fun. If I think of anything else, I'm gonna have to go buy marshmallows before Friday comes around. We can make a channel point thing for marshmallows. Jen eats a marshmallow or something dumb like that. Channel points for mallows. I have to write this down, otherwise I won't remember any of this. I'm excited. I'm so happy that we got there and just... I don't know. It's such a cool game. I was very nervous about today. I didn't think we would do it. My safe word question about endings, though, is yes or no? Do we have to do... I'll ask this and then I'll explain why. Do we have to do the sequence with the core again? Do we have to bring the core to the vessel and warp again? Because that was very stressful. Yes or no only. Excellent plan. Nice. Probably sounds out there, but I want to make s'mores dip. That sounds so good, Maggie. I don't think it sounds out there. It sounds perfect. No, we don't have to do it again. Thank goodness. I had the thought, the reason I'm asking that is because I had the thought of what happens if you die in the grove with all of the travelers at the very end. Like, what happens if you die, I guess, in the campfire? That's so morbid. But is that a separate ending? And it sounds like no. Also, I don't know if you can die there. You can't die from falling out into space. I don't think you can die from hitting a tree. You could maybe die from hitting the ground, but there's a campfire. Campfires are dangerous. We've learned that. We got the 60-second death achievement. Had even considered trying to stand in that fire. Yeah, I thought about it. Not standing in the fire per se, but I was like, what if we die here? Or what if we had died like in the vessel as we... Well, no, if you're in the vessel trying to put in the coordinates, you get the you are dead ending. Tersmo, how's it going? Welcome in. Thank you for redeeming human kindness. Sending human kindness from me to you. I appreciate you. I'm glad that you're here. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Thanks for being a part of the community and chilling with us, hanging out. It means a lot. It's good to see you. Scud, welcome in. How's it going? We are talking endgame stuff for Outer Wilds, friends. If you are interested in playing that, we're kind of piecing together our plans for achievements and stuff. Okay, I have another question. I have a safe word question. Did you all need to use a guide to get the Steam achievements? Yes or no? I feel like I'm gonna need a guide, or I'm gonna have to ask you all, which is effectively an excellent guide. You did? It's raining. I saw you had thunderstorms, Magus. Be safe. You did too? I'm assuming some of them are ending related. I'm assuming some of them are just like Easter egg fun things. Hard to find them by accident. Played it on Epic, so no achievements for me. Oh yeah, that's true. I've never seen a single frame of Outer Wilds. I think you could say I'm pretty much an expert. Played it on Epic as well. Okay. Do you think I'll be able to get all the achievements on stream? I'm guessing no. I'm guessing that's something that some of them are real tricky. You have to try at it for a bit. Happy for the rain. Wash the pollen out of the air. Yeah. You can answer that too. Safe word question. Do you think we could get the rest of the achievements on stream? Because I should have a couple new ones now. Did we get an achievement from launching the scout into that one area at the end? Oh, we got an achievement for the injection button, and that's it. We actually did not get an achievement for our ending, so that's interesting. I think you could get most. Some are very difficult. Gotcha. A few of them are worth it. Some of them are quite hard. Please wash my car, Rain. Seriously. Only if you know exactly what to do. Okay, all right. The burnt mallow one we got a while ago. Is there another mallow one? The ones I have access to. We have 7 out of 17. We have not landed the model rocket on Addlerock. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that on stream, to be honest. End a time loop alive after having taken and healed over 1,000 damage. Haven't done that one. And then, oh, complete the ship log. So we don't get a different ending, but we get a different achievement. Nice. We're close. We might do that today, maybe. We did, J-Pops. We beat it. I looked up the remaining locked achievements after my playthrough because none of them are... Some of them are a little trolly. Yeah, I believe it. Thanks, J-Pops. I appreciate it. We got the burnt mallow one like a really long time ago. Several streams ago. Well, okay, I can tell you what day. May 5th. What stream was that? It was 20 days ago. We ate a lot of burnt marshmallows in the beginning. I got better at it later on. We got... Actually, I feel like we got that the first day, because we also got Harmonic Convergence May 5th. I thought I got that, like, the first day on accident from standing on... Oh, no, we didn't get it the first day. We got it, I think, the day we went to Whitehole Station for the first time, maybe. Or the time that we took the Nomai shuttle way, way, way far away. The burnt mallow Chivo, yeah. That's a good one. So should we go into Hanging City? Do you all, TT, do you have a hint for that one already? I think that's the last thing I want to do today, and then we'll wrap stream, because I don't want to do too much before our big lore stream. I don't want to leave nothing left to do. I don't know what you're missing there. Oh, I thought somebody knew what we were missing there. If there's maybe a hint. But also, I can just go poke around. Semi-Cortex knows. Antable, welcome in. How's it going? Alright, let's do this. Let's open our game back up. Oh, it's so good. Oh. Okay. Are we still in the loop where I use the ejection button? No, we already ended that loop. Oh, there's another button in the ship you wanted me to find. See the in-game log. Should be relatively easy to see what's missing. Not really a good hint. It's such a small thing. Okay. What other buttons are in here? What's that tally? Oh, it didn't tell us the number of loops. I thought there was a loop counter. Is that in the options somewhere and I missed it? I'm looking for a special button. But if I wait too long, we won't be able to get to Hanging City. So maybe I should go do the... Well... You know, time is on our side now. My first frames! Nice. Genuinely curious as what else is in the ship. Did you get everything at Dark Bramble? We did! We did! Here, if anybody's just coming in, here's our ship log. Well... I think it'll look the way it's supposed to look, even though we got our ending. Because this doesn't... No, where is it? Sun Station doesn't change. The vessel doesn't change after you get the ending. There's no way to update the ship log at that point. The loop counter is on another planet? Really? But this is what we're missing. Okay, let me look for buttons. We beat it. We finished. Now we're just going back for more, that one more ship log clue. And then on Friday, we're going to watch some speed runs. We're gonna try to get some more of the endings, and we're going to watch the documentary together. Got the proper ending. It was good. It was so good. What else could be in the ship? Investigating. Investigating. There's a little cup. Or is it like a hammer? Spoiler percent nice, yeah. Da, 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 da. The days still reset because it doesn't save after the ending, at least not at what we've seen so far. It just takes you right before the last wake up you had before you got the ending. The silliness of the emergency eject makes me so happy, yeah. We got a whole achievement for that. View ship log. There's lots of buttons on this thing, but I want to eat some of the food. There's like flasks. There's wood. There's plates and bowls and silverware. And there's this thing. But I think that's just what powers this warp for us to get back up to the ship. Antable, thank you for the kindness. Thank you, I appreciate it. Sending human kindness to you all as well. I just, thank you for playing this with me. Can't say it enough. I didn't know about the achievement. I've just loved getting to see people's laughter at it being a thing, yeah. I like it too. Alright, I'm not finding what we're looking for here. It is a button though, right? Hello? Which one of you does something? Flight controls. All of our indicators. Eject cover. Our scout screen. I don't know. It's not a button? Oh, I thought it was a button. Oh, a feature. Oh. Mentioned before, I only found out about the eject because of seeing it used in a speedrun. That's so cool. Okay. Well, let me sit down. You can't look around here. Temperature, your warning lights. Okay. Your fuel, altimeter, landing cam. The tallies. You've got some tallies here. I'm not really sure what those are for. We've seen the little tree thing. There's like a curtain here. Gravity crystal. The reactor. Don't remember what the free look button is on the controller, but there is one. When you're sitting? I'm pressing... I tried both the joysticks and the D-pad. Oh, you have to hold the D-pad and look around. Wow, never would have gotten that. But I don't know that it's from this angle that we see it. What is it that we're looking for? I don't even know. I don't know. Y'all can tell me. I don't know what it is. You can eject while sitting. We have to do that at some point too. In the ship log? This one you can't free look in this one. One that's actually useful for what you want to do next? Is it like a death counter? Different ways that we've died? Select a node in rumor mode, like the vessel. Is it now gonna tell me where when I've died at a place? Find in map mode. Mark location on HUD. Is that it? Well, I knew that was there. We just never used it. Oh, yeah, I knew that was there. We just never used it. I know how to get to stuff, except for the times when I didn't. Makes going to the vessel earlier. Oh, so you can see it just when you're walking around. It's like your ship marker? I didn't even try it. I just thought it would tell us, like, I don't know. I just wanted to make it hard for myself, I guess.
Yes.
Useful for trivializing final run on the vessel. Jeffrey, thank you for the follow. Thanks for supporting a fellow human. Welcome in. Interesting. Stop paying attention for a few minutes and oh, I missed it. I gotta tab out. Searching for new buttons. Yeah, apparently. So what we want to do next? Why is it useful for what we want to do next? You played the game on hard mode. I did the same thing. Nice. Hard mode only. No, that's not true. Easy mode is awesome. Oh, I feel like I had a dream. I told you all I dreamed about this game. I feel like I dreamt that I played it on easy mode. Or like we had a file on normal mode and then it switched to easy and I was like, I hope it didn't delete my save. And then it was fine. Wanted to go to Hanging City. You can use this to mark its location and find it easily. Admittedly, not that useful. That dream, yeah. I guess we could do that. I said we were gonna go there, huh? And then I stalled a lot. But it just marks the Hanging City itself. It doesn't mark the particular thing that we're looking for. Play Outer Wilds, thank you for the follow. Thanks for supporting a fellow human. Welcome in. I've only seen 1 to 2 people marking the vessel, and in both cases it was because someone chat pointed it out. Huh, interesting. That's cool. Yeah, I completely, like, I knew it was there. I just was like, we know where things are most of the time. Bug during Outer Wilds patch that deleted my saves. Oh no. That's cool. Mom the Human, welcome in. How's it going? Seen a few people do it. I did it myself, but there's definitely more people who miss it. Great choice of game. Well, thank you. We just beat it today. We're exploring some extra stuff. Thanks for stopping by. Great choice of name. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Let's bump into Addle Rock here. Let's go. I don't know that we have a whole bunch of time to go to Brittle Hollow. But we're gonna try. Let's not get too far away, shall we? There you are. There are secrets no player has found yet? Could be. Trying to spread the good word? Absolutely. We have a whole Discord for it now. Well, actually, there's probably an Outer Wilds dedicated Discord also, is there not? Like an official one? How data mined it is now. Although there were some things that were hidden for a really long time. There's an Outer Wilds Discord, but it's not official. Oh, cool. And now there's the Interloper Discord. Alright, think, Jen. What's the quickest way to do this? Our normal entrance is probably the quickest way to do this. Oops, what are we doing? Where is it? Where is it? It's gonna be the last thing I find. There it is. Oh wait, that's Rybek's fire. Why can I not find the spot where we always land? Well, we could land on the cannon. I just don't think we can get to where we want to go from the cannon. Ooh, oops, oops, oops. Lantern, right? Landing gear and headlights. We're on a mission. Lantern or one of the things the lantern shoots at us. Sudden lantern is sudden. Yeah. Oh, here. It's just not lit up again. It's definitely harder to find this when we come later. I feel like it's very lit up in the, in the morning. Sorry, ship. Oh, I guess there's probably not a separate ending, but a separate, like, death screen for the suit thing.
Yes, yes, yes.
Immortal Techno, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. I have landed on Lantern. Yes, yes, we have. All right, let's go down here. Hi, Maui. Maggie, how's Maui doing today? Hidden for a super long time. I don't think I'll find out what those are until we watch the documentary or we have our Q&A thing. You don't think the documentary mentions them? Okay. Well, then we'll have to chat about it. Oop, I shouldn't have got out of the tube. I'm in too much of a rush. I don't know if we'll be able to get there because that bridge breaks at a certain point here. But we're about to find out. Yeah, this isn't looking too good for us. We get to say hi to Rybek though. Oh my gosh. So glad when I know it doesn't really matter, but when you first choose your like branching path, this is all gone. Weird. I don't know that we've come here during this part before. When you first choose your branching path of like why you're going to space and what your mission is, we chose to find the other travelers, and I'm very, very glad that that's what we did. Even though I don't think it makes a difference in how things shake out. Well, let's have a Mallow. Come into the lore streamer Q&A. Yeah.
Yes.
Congrats, I miss seeing Inside Hollow's Lantern on your playthrough. Only saw it when you watched a friend play. Oh, nice. Psycho Ninja, thank you for the follow. Thanks for supporting a fellow human. A little upset, just two of us at home currently. Oh, It's a good choice at the beginning. TT did too, I think. What did you all pick when you were at the beginning? We might just end the loop. I took too long chatting to get where we wanted to go. We could go Whitehole Station, but I just don't think that you can... This is a nice view. I don't think you can get to the Hanging City from the surface anywhere. Oh, there might be like an elevator or something that I forgot about. I don't remember. Let's just reset. It's easy to reset now. When you went to the observatory for the first time in Timberhearth, when you're first starting the game, Hornfells asks you, what do you want to do first after you launch? And it's like, find the other travelers, find out what happened to the Nomai, I don't know, panic. There's like a few different options. I picked something along the lines of I'm ready to die in space because it made me laugh. That's a good one. Uses the dialogue choice as a gentle way to give the player ideas. Yeah, I like that too. You could tell me about a shortcut to Hanging City? There is an elevator, right? At the top of like Shrine District or something? Or am I thinking of something else? Don't remember what I picked, probably Die in Space. I assume I picked I'm ready to die in space. Art imitates life. Yes, yeah, Magus, safe word. Thanks for asking. Yeah, you can tell me the shortcut. Do 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 do. CMC, welcome in. How's it going? We got You Are Dead. Also, Mallows in chat. We are still gonna keep eating mallows until it's time for the last mallow. There's a water slide? Wait, really? Oh, I kind of wish I had gotten just a hint that there was something there. That's okay. I want the shortcut because it's gonna make us go faster. We were at Northern Glacier so many times and I could never find a quick way out of there. I don't need the marking on the HUD. That's awesome. There's a hole in the glacier. Wow. That's so annoying. The choice menu comes up in the dock. It's cool to hear the reasoning for it. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, blast off. It's hard to find on the outside with knowing it's there. So it's where, like in Meltwater, where that spring water falls from the ceiling, right? Because I remember thinking about that water and being like, oh, that's cool. Wow, that's just what the district's named after. Yeah, water. There's a shortcut for Sunless City too. No, all the shortcuts we never found. Helps that the pools are the only safe places to park your ship. Yeah. Yeah, we kept parking our ship in places that fall into the black hole. That's okay. I think one of the times I at least parked my ship, somewhere not on the top of the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Because we just park there a lot. It's my favorite parking space. Even though it disappears. Why is this being weird? I don't want to roll. Can you stop rolling? Oh well. You did go through the shortcuts, you just didn't recognize them as shortcuts at the time? Yeah. We didn't know. I don't remember, oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, if we found something to get into Ember to Sunless City or not. I'm not really sure. Oop, that was too close to us. Okay, we gotta find the slide. There's a hole somewhere. Don't tell me where to go quite yet. I'm gonna look around a little bit, but then if we start running out of time, I gotta stop. Oh, I hate the noises here. That's right, this is my scariest planet because of the freaking explosion noises. Oh, there it is. Cute. Where does this take you? Did we see the top of these stairs? It's just a one-way elevator? Yeah, and there's the switch for it. Interesting. Is there any writing in here? Is this what the ship log is then? Wow. In all fairness, I think it's been 50-50 on whether or not I've seen people recognize the shortcuts as such when passing through. Yeah. Still something else for the log? Okay. Yeah, we never did this. I remember we actually might have come up towards this way. Not up here, not the ledge I'm on right now, but we explored around Meltwater a little bit, and a couple of times, the first time we came here, we ran out of time. And I don't think I ever fully went back and finished going up that way. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I could always check the VOD, right? I feel like I'm gonna read everything we come across because it could just be that I didn't read everything. There's so much though. How are we gonna find it and not run out of time? It looks like there's still another scroll missing. We could retrieve the warp core from the vessel. The vessel's warp core is broken. Oh, now we know what that means. At best, recall present when vessel crash said it sustained lethal injuries. There's no guaranteed reward for this risk. Perhaps we could still repair it. My grandmother told me there was little time to assess the nature or extent of the damage. Interesting. Wasn't it, Seconitas that was talking about trying to find someone who could repair the warp core? That's really interesting. This gives you kind of a clue into that line of thinking. Even if it no longer functions, the old core could be a valuable blueprint, provided we're able to transport it back here. This would require a return to Dark Bramble. Plume, my father, said many good know my parish there. My mentor Coleus and his old mentor once discovered and studied an anglerfish fossil. Learn from the fossil would theoretically help us avoid them. Okay, yep. I remember that anglerfish fossil. We used to play in Fossilfish Cave when we were children. Ash Twin Project requires highly advanced warp core. How should we obtain it? Whee! I feel like there's a third scroll here that we never found. This is how we came in. And it might not be in Meltwater. It might not be... Oh, here it is. It might not be... I mean, the thing we're missing... It's a lot of text that makes more sense when you finish the game, definitely. We could craft a new advanced warp core inspired by the vessel's warp core. Abandoning the vessel's warp core and its casing means losing valuable knowledge. This is true, however, it's knowledge we have little hope of recovering. It would be best to relearn, I think. I would very much like to craft such a powerful core. More relevantly, I believe the Black Hole Forge crew and I could recreate the basic design. This is the safest path for our clan. It's the safest path, the best one. Our goal is worth the risk. Is it though? We've tried for so long to find something that I and the others now believe might be impossible to find. If the search for the eye is a futile one, we should choose the option with the least potential for harm. The greatest challenge here, I think, is we don't have the design for such a powerful core. Poke was apprenticed to Anona, who created the original design, and our Black Hole Forge is adept at crafting simpler cores. I believe I can be of use here. The vessel's warp core was created before my time, but Anona explained many of his designs to me. Okay, so that wasn't it. It might not be here. Oh, here it is, yeah. We found it immediately after I said that. And then this is the forge switch. I guess we can turn it on, but we're not going to be able to get to the forge in time, I don't think. Because it's not in the Black Hole Forge. It would say in the ship's log if it was the Black Hole Forge. And that's not what it's saying. So I think it's gotta be in the shrine area, but let me look. Oh, school district, too. Let's maybe go to school district. Or it could be in the Black Hole Forge district, just not in the forge itself. Oops. This is definitely the easier way to get the Black Hole Forge controls. The anglerfish thing, I do wish they'd structure the hints to better indicate how the thruster indicator in the ship is how you know how loud you are, though I can see it'd be very difficult to subtly communicate. I just had no clue. The fish part was really hard. Oh, what's up there? Is that a ledge? Yeah, but not an important one, I don't think. And then that's the controls right above that. And then there's a lot of ghost matter over here. This is the sad place. We talked about the sad place Hello? A few times. Selfie! Oh, I don't have unlimited oxygen for these exploration runs here. It does tell you they're blind. Yep, it does. Yep, we knew that. But it doesn't tell you how loud is your ship compared to your footsteps, compared to your jetpack. Which it would be pretty explicit if they did that, but it just, I don't know. It doesn't tell you that they snore either. Is that someplace I can go that I haven't been to yet? Maybe? Oh. I'm gonna run out of oxygen before we read this, but I think this is it. I don't think I ever got this. Oops. Whee! Where's a place to put this to read it? I think if we keep going, there's... Oh, and there's a tree. Makes sense that there's a tree in here. This is the one with the desks, right? Or we're getting closer to the room with the desks? We gotta find it before we run out. Yeah, this is it. Okay, let's see if this was the thing that we were missing. But maybe not. Why we should build a new vessel from Elix. It probably wouldn't be hard to get parts if we stopped building other new things, and if we broke down other structures like parts of Ash Twin for parts. We could even have a warp core for jumping long distances like vessels have. Poke tells me she plans to make a very advanced warp core for a different project. I'm sure she could connect it to the vessel for travel because Poke is smart. We might have to build a smaller vessel for now, even though vessels are normally large, but we could make it bigger later once we reach planets with more resources. It would also help if we stop building so many things to search for the Eye of the Universe. I asked Yarrow, and he says we use lots of resources on Ash Twin Project. Each Nomai clan explores the universe in its own vessel. The vessel is the heart of every clan. It's unusual for Nomai to remain in one place for so long. Nomai are wanderers and have no permanent home. If we built a new vessel, we could return to our adventurous way of life. Imagine all the new places we could go. Our clan wouldn't be stuck here in this star system. We could even meet with the other Nomai and learn from them like Colia says we used to. Did that add to it? No, it didn't. Bummer. Well, I got all excited. That was still cool to read. I like hearing how they had debates about what they were doing. I do too. I really liked finding that there's that bit in the Eye Shrine that says, like, no, it stopped transmitting. Like, it just stopped. There's nothing else to say about the eye. The fact that they didn't all agree. We've followed these crystals before, but never followed... I don't think we could get all the way across to where they went. I remember following that path and finding out it was broken. And then I actually don't know if we ever went back to that either. Did we go back to that? Adore my kids having different writing. I know. It's so cute. That's a safe word question. If we ever followed those gravity crystals to their final spot. Because I don't think maybe we didn't. Interesting. Solanum's texts in general, of which there may be more than you think, are all fascinating. Yeah, I'm missing a lot of stuff, I think. I almost feel like we should change the tag to, like, achievement hunting or something. And this goes back to the elevator. So that wasn't it. I don't think so, but I think they take you a place you reach through other means. Okay. You've been to both ends of the gravity crystal path. Okay. Yeah, that's true. I think it took us to someplace else that we got to. I think maybe it leads to Southern Observatory, but we kept getting there after the path was broken, and then we got to Southern Observatory by going to the gravity cannon and walking, I think. I can't remember for sure. Where does this go again? Oh, back to the school. So I think we've seen all this. It's weird that those stairs are upside down. They're not stairs, but they look like stairs. Ghost matter. Alternate breadcrumb paths, yeah. Like the lines in Timberhearth Mines where they worried and wanted to make sure resources were left with other life. Yeah, I really like that too. Are we falling? No. Okay, I don't know that it's in the school. What's over there? Not sure. Maybe let's go up on top of the school again and see. Is that just some ruins? I feel like there's nothing in this game that is just some ruins, but I don't think I can get through there. Is this the other side of Eye Shrine, maybe? There's a staircase. Or this is the other side of Meltwater, maybe? I think I think that doesn't connect where I think it does. Okay, well, Can I rule that out then? Can we safe word rule out the school and keep going? Because I don't think it's here. Cool. Did a good job at detailing areas that have something, even if the something is environmental storytelling. Gotcha. Except I keep walking up the stairs that take us further into the school. Alright, thanks friends. We ruled out the school. Can I get back? Yes, but efficiently? Maybe not. No, this is good. I think we're good. And we've got enough time here. If this doesn't drop into the black hole, then we've got enough time here to hang out and explore, which is nice. Whew. As long as we keep track of our oxygen, which there's a couple good places to get oxygen. And yeah. Now I'm starting to think it is in the Forge district, but not at the Forge. But I don't know. I'm skipping Meltwater. I think I'm ruling out Meltwater for now. I want to go back to the Eye Shrine, even though it feels like we've been to the Eye Shrine 7,000 times. I've even walked out on that ledge, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's what Magus said, that it's safe from falling in here, which is nice. 7,001st time! I know. That's how this game is. Oh, and we need to find the loop counter. I really want to find the loop counter. I wonder if it's something we read and I didn't realize what it was. I love these staffs are like how they talk. That's what Solanum uses to talk to us. Let's go to the trees. What is the Eye of the Universe? Eyes older. Cosmic Library. A more advanced being. Source of the signal that brought us here. The eye is older than the universe itself. It's a relic from a previous universe. The early universe was unimaginably hot and dense. Anything before would have been destroyed. Okay. The eye signal. Eye wishes to communicate. It's their voice. It speaks a language. It's a song. It's all the travelers singing. Okay. Be welcomed in this place. We observe the signal. What we know is this, the source of the signal we have chosen to call the Eye is older than the universe itself. To rest we have yet to learn. Enter and open your mind to possibilities, okay? Ship log updated. I just didn't finish reading it. Or we didn't look at this thing. We didn't log this picture even though we knew it was here. Huh. Wouldn't be worth the time pre-finishing. Yeah, definitely not worth the time pre-finishing. So then did I get our Steam achievement? Hang on, we gotta pause to look at Steam. No. No, not yet. There's still more. Unless I need to like refresh? I don't think so. I think it auto refreshes. Click out of this game, click back into this game. No. Steam achievement can be very tough. I think so I asked if there were cards that we were missing, but there's not, but there still could be notes that we're missing because it tells you there's more to explore here, but I guess it doesn't tell you there's more to explore here for everything. The ship's log, Okay, that's all right. I was hoping we could get it today, but it sounds like it's more complicated than that. So we're not missing cards, we're just missing data. Dang. I have no idea then. That's probably gonna be for the other stream. Archaeology's hard, yeah. Absolutely. Getting 100% on this game is hard. Well, we can try. We've read this. Yeah, we've read this. Things are exploding as usual. It takes us back to the trees and to this little path. There's one thing that comes to mind, but it's a long shot I had in mind for Mallow Day. I have it, and I'm trying to think of places I have been that you haven't yet. Yeah. I know we can get it if we work at it. I might need little hints along the way, but we at least got the thing. I really want to get back to the ship and look at the Hanging City thing to make sure we closed the loop that we were trying to close. And then I think we'll save the, I guess the loop counter we'll save for Mallow Day too. Oops, well, that's not what I thought it would do. It's fine. Oh, come on. I forget how to, where the spot to jump across is. We can probably make it over here. Oh, that's our music anyway. I was gonna go back to the ship and check the log, but we're gonna get there anyways. By force. I don't know what that means, CMC, so no, I haven't. And maybe wait until Mallow Day for us to talk about that. I think we're gonna supernova before I get back, but it's nice to remember that this path exists. I feel like we definitely tried to come up here, but maybe I just didn't jetpack up into this thing. I don't know. I truly don't know. Can we even come back out this way? Oops. Well, not if we supernova. That's fine. We bonked. Whee! Boom. It doesn't work as well if you don't know the question? Yeah. No, I don't know if you can. I'm guessing you can get out. I just wasn't careful enough. Oh, thanks for using those commands, Antable. We are really close to our May sub goal. We've still got a few days left, but we're crushing it. And we got to 100. That's amazing. Thank you. Okay. Let's go read the ship log and have a Mallow. And then I think maybe we'll wrap up early today. Because I don't want to do too much, because we've got a whole stream planned for Friday. We can get out. It's a little slippery. It seems like it, definitely, yeah. Hey, Slate. Let's go! Okay, that was it. The Nomai traveled to the solar system in pursuit of a signal from something older than the universe itself. They named the source of this signal the Eye of the Universe. Yeah, we knew that. Silly. And it doesn't even show you... I thought it was gonna, show, like, the diagram of the eye and add that to the journal. But that's okay. Can you subscribe yourself 15 times? I don't think so. I think you could do... You can do several months in a row. You can do, like, bundles in a row now, but... don't feel like you need to do that. You can give subs too, yeah. But if you're wanting to do it for your own, like, in advance, I think you can do up to, like, 6 months in advance. Okay. So, yeah, let's recap. Let's hang out and recap. I don't know that I need to look at the ship's log to see everything we've done today. We got to Sun Station. We got... right after we did Sun Station, we went to Brittle Hollow to pick up a scroll and carry it around, and found out what happened when we tried to fly the ship with a scroll in our hands. So then we learned that if we go and pick up the core, we could fly around with the core. After that, we went to Ash Twin Project and we grabbed the core, and we went all the way to Bramble, and we made it to the vessel, and it was so stressful, and we did it, and we didn't run out of time, and we got the good ending, and all the travelers were there. Yeah, Wild Sun Station Crossing. I'll post that to the Discord. GG on not feeding the fishies. Thank you, Magus. I know it was frustrating that I didn't, for some of you maybe, that I didn't learn how to get past the fish with my ship, but it worked out. We did it okay. We got the ending with all the travelers. The music was incredible. It's so emotional. There was so much, like, getting to the 6th location, getting to the eye is so weird. We're gonna have to talk about that on Friday. But as far as stuff we did this stream, we finished the game, and then we did, like, a couple minor extra things. We did the ejection button. We did the HUD button on the ship's log. Wish I could afford gift sub. No, you're good, Antable. Don't worry about it. You're all good. In case it was a full save dead game over. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did practice runs. We just went for it. We did it. And I assumed when we were doing it that we were gonna get the You Are Dead ending. And we didn't. We got it first try, and it was beautiful.